solid nugget right there.
That is a hell of a nugget. I like a nice nugget.
Oh, yeah, with hot mustard.
Oh, yeah. Hotshot just told me that it is Felicia Rashad's birthday today, Terry. Better known as Clara Huxtable, maybe to you and me.
Yes.
But that's not the nugget of info that he hit me with that I was not aware of. There are very few things in this world I'm not aware of, Terry. This is one of them.
True.
I did not know, as it pertains to Felicia Rashad's life, is an interesting nugget about her life. Let me just leave it at that.
Okay.
Who out there knows the interesting nugget that Hotshot hit me over the head with during this past break? Yeah, we have a lot of downtime during the break.
Oh, you like my nuggets on your head?
That I was completely blown away by after hearing. Who knows what the nugget is about Felicia Rashad, who turns, what, she's about 60 years old today?
I would like
that?
you to guess, please.
I'm going to say, well, I'm figuring, the heyday of the Cosby Show is mid to late 80s, right? So she's about 40 years old then, I'm thinking, maybe a year or two older. I'm going to say she's a good 63 years old today, believe it or not.
Felicia Rashad is 60 years old today.
I had it right the first time.
You did.
Why did you say something?
You had it right the first
It
time.
made me seem like I was wrong. I had to re-guess.
I know. You had it. What is she, about 60? That's what you said. You nailed it.
If you would have said, yeah, right on, then I wouldn't have thought I had to re-guess. I thought you were letting me off the hook.
You said about 60. I'd like you to guess. About 60, not a number.
Anyway, what little nugget about her life?
You're fascinated by this for some reason.
Fascinated.
It is a pretty cool nugget.
I got to get back to Jay, too. Jay needs advice, Terry. He's dying for advice on the line, but I got to see if anyone out there knows the little nugget. You know the little nugget? Got a little nugget for me?
Got a little nugget.
Hello?
Is it because her sister Debbie Allen?
Her sister what?
Is Debbie Allen, which... that is true. That is very true.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
she is. That's not the interesting nugget about her life. That's interesting, maybe, and then maybe
some. But yeah, you're right. Her sister is Debbie Allen.
A quarter of a nugget.
Yeah,
but that ain't the interesting. A nougat. DP, you know the nugget?
Yes, I do.
What's the nugget?
She was married to Felicia, the head singer of the Village People.
That's the nugget.
That is the nugget.
Before she was married to Ahmad Rashad, she was married to the cop, the lead singer of the Village People, Terry. Did you know that?
I did know that.
I didn't know that until he just told me that.
Yes, I knew that.
DP, hang on the line. We're going to give you some CDs, all right?
Yay.
All right, well done. That's not something you just looked up real quick, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Be honest with me. Did you know that or you looked it up?
I did know it.
You knew it. Okay, good. Hang on the line. I did not know that Claire Huxtable was married to the cop in the Village People before she was married to Ahmad Rashad, Terry.
Yes.
That is fascinating to me. I thought those guys...
Why is it so fascinating?
I thought the guys in the Village People were gay.
Wow.
They had a gay following.
Macho man. I want to be a macho man.
They did. They're cops, construction workers. They're all macho. Terry was married to the original construction worker.
Wow. So anytime Ahmad Rashad and Felicia Rashad went to like a sporting event and they play YMCA in the background, he has to look at her like, you miss him?
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing?
It's weird. He's probably running the lyrics by her, even before he wrote them. What do you think about YMCA? No? Does that sound good?
Boys and Girls Club? How about YMCA? What do you think of that? You think that'll work? Think people buy this crap?
Oh, geez. Wow.
This guy was married?
I know, it's weird.
It was.
It's weird.
Yeah.
To Felicia Rashad?
Yes. And something happened where, like, some kind of robbery, or he was trying to sell all his stuff.
And he wet his pants. He's like, you're not a real cop.
No, he needed money or something, and she was...
Victor Willis is his name, and he does have a coke problem.
Yeah, and she, like, stepped in and was like, hey, you're taking some of my stuff, or something like that.
He was stealing his wife's own stuff?
Yeah. Well they're divorced,
aren't
but...
you allowed to steal your wife's stuff?
No, they were divorced, but he still had some of her stuff or some crazy stuff.
Find the story for it.
Wow. Are Ahmad Rashad and Felicia Rashad still married or no?
No.
They are divorced.
Yes.
No, he's going to marry Michael Jordan now.
I remember the day I was like in junior high, I think I remember, or something like that, maybe high school, when Ahmad Rashad on the pregame show of an NFL game looked into the camera and proposed to Claire Huxtable. Is that right?
Yes.
He proposed to her like on the NFL Today, a half hour before kickoff on a Sunday.
That's romantic. Now, what did Mr. Huxtable think about that? It's his wife.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, she's already married, Ahmad.
Claire, she's married.
All right, there's your little nugget of the
Sitting
morning.
around helping him out with lyrics and stuff. What about young man? No. Old man? No. Medium man. Young man, that works. Write that down.
Crazy. There it is. Your little nugget. You got a lot of nuggets around here. I'll tell you that, Terry. Oh, this is perfect. I think she's watching him dance around the living room going, yes, that's great.
Oh,
This is going to sell.
What about a costume, Felicia? Fireman? Security guard? Nah, not really doing it for me.
How do you stay married to a guy who's dancing around the living room singing this? No one will buy this crap. I'm leaving this loser with a dream.
Definitely. 100 million records later. If you have a coke problem for 40 years, you're still making good money, okay?
Well. Jay!
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. How do we finish this off with you? What's the end result of this going to be? You and the 22-year-old hot-ass employee that's you got things going on with behind your serious girlfriend's back. What are we going to do about this?
Do I dip and dash?
He already is, so, right? Isn't he?
Wondering, can you really hang with your everyday hand-in-hand co-worker there? It's hard for you to dash when you're going to be seeing her basically every day, Jay.
Yeah.
The scary part for me is that she has access to his wife. That's that I don't like.
This is why you don't crap where you work, especially when your wife is standing next to the bowl.
I just did. What do you mean?
What?
Horrible.
I know, that's what you told me about the little nugget that I didn't want to tell anyone.
Hey, dude, are you in there? Listen.
You're not going to believe who's having a birthday today. Anyway.
I feel like I am.
All right, anyway. Jay.
Yeah.
Jay, what did you originally call to ask? What was your question going to be?
Well, it's a moral dilemma. What would you do, T-Man?
Jay, you've already kind of put yourself in a situation that has very few escape hatches. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I haven't dipped it for a reason, just to kind of figure it out.
He feels like he has an out because he's done everything but he hasn't done the full-on. He hasn't given her the entire treatment yet, Terry.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Well, she lives the lifestyle that I want to live. So
Yes.
kind of a
Just get out of your relationship.
You're 30. You're 32. You want to live a bisexual lifestyle. I get it. Jay, if you feel confident, it doesn't sound like you're really going anywhere with your girlfriend. But the problem is you have a serious business that could fall apart, as we talked about, if you are to get in to all kinds of bad moments with this woman that you've been with for 9 years.
Right.
But I was going to say, if you can make the transition from this girlfriend that you're obviously languishing in a relationship with to the 22-year-old who's a hell of a lot more fun, what guy wouldn't take that leap?
Exactly.
And that's the thing about guys, Terry. The older they get, the more the girls stay the same age. And Jay has found a girl that certainly seems interested, and they're only 10 years apart, and he gets along with her a lot better right now than he does with his girlfriend in 9 years.
I have a question, though.
What does he really owe? It always
What
comes
do I
to...
have to lose, right?
But the thing is...
You have your business to lose, Jay.
Yeah,
that's
but you
the
know
hard
what,
part of
T-Man?
this.
I'm
can I have a-
confident in my business
can I
skills.
ask-
I'll survive without it.
You're not
I'll
worried
open
about
a new one.
If you're not worried about your business and you can just open a new one, then what real decision is there to be making here?
Or I could buy her out and have
There
a
you
meeting and
go.
tell them who their new boss is.
Would your girlfriend be willing to be bought out?
Oh, yeah.
How much would it take to buy her out of the business?
It would take some cash, but that's not the problem
Give me a
either.
ballpark estimate of how much you have to throw her away to buy her out of the business.
It would be 6 figures.
6 figures, so $100,000 you could buy her out of the business?
A couple hundred, probably.
Not bad. Might be worth it.
Yeah, I thought it'd be like a 7-figure minimum thing.
So just go ahead and buy her out and move on with your day.
What do you make, a couple of
think
drills
so?
in your garage?
But the thing I'm wondering is, obviously, it sounds like that the 9-year girlfriend isn't that interested in him either, and so
Yeah, they've run their course.
so why is
but
it a
the
moral
obvious-
dilemma?
They're like brother and sister by now.
Yeah, pretty much, and it also sounds like she knows
like
how
all
hot
honest.
this girl is. So maybe what he doesn't realize is this girl is not only doing him, but he's also doing his girlfriend.
Oh, jeez.
She is bisexual, you know.
Jay, if you
I'm
told
not bisexual.
if you told
She's bisexual.
if you
I
told
said
your
that.
girlfriend, you're close. If you told your
Yeah.
girlfriend about what was going on with the employee, what would her reaction be?
She would fire her.
She would fire
She
her?
would want to fire her.
Uh-huh. And what would her reaction be towards you?
I'm sure she'd work it out. I mean, you know, been through some problems
she
like
loves
this
you.
in the past, but
She loves you and she wants to make it work with you.
probably, I would guess that.
Do you love her?
Yeah, it's like I said, though, it's been a challenging relationship from, you know.
Are you going anywhere with her? Where do you see yourself in 3 years, Jay?
Same spot. That's the problem. I mean, I want to live. The thing is, T-Man, is I never want to look back in my 60s, 70s, whatever, and regret but not taking opportunities that are put in front of you, like threesomes and bisexual girls.
I just have a question again.
All right, well, have your threesomes with this 22-year-old behind your girlfriend's back.
Or just ask your girlfriend to join in.
His girlfriend is not the join-in type.
Yeah,
he knows that.
That's not who you want your threesome, a 9-year relationship.
You don't want to have your threesome with your
Is he
9-year
still,
relationship.
I mean...
About to get down. Hey, you take the garbage out today? Oh, jeez, this room. Never mind.
I've planted that seed a long time ago, and I've gotten her to make out with the girl, but that's it. I mean, she's so conservative that I'll never live the lifestyle that I truly want.
Why were you with her this long?
He feels this longing to be living a certain lifestyle that he's not able to live with his girlfriend, and he's kind of having it eat away at him, and he's either got to act on it now or live a life where he's always going to wonder of what it would have been like.
Right.
So he owes it to his
That's the
girlfriend
dilemma.
more than anything to live that lifestyle so he's not just all depressed in his later years, Terry. And if she finds out about it and wants to move on, he's willing to run that risk. It sounds like to me you're willing to run the risk of getting caught and having her move on with her life.
Right.
Okay, well, then
Is
there
that
you
a
go.
smart choice?
I'm not so sure that's a smart choice, but it may be your only choice.
Well, would you pass it up, T-Man?
If I'm in your situation,
unmarried?
in your circumstances, I would not pass it up. I would not be turning away this 22-year-old who's total out-and-out fun.
And when you're 32 and a 22-year-old's into you, that makes you feel pretty good.
It does.
Yes.
Definitely. I mean, you appreciate it more at 32 than you would have at 23.
So go feel good later today and tonight. Terry's shaking her head no, like we're giving him bad advice. We're giving him the best advice that he could be given right now, Terry.
What does Terry say, Terry?
You already know what I'm going to say, so forget it. I'm not even wasting my breath.
I knew that before I called, but I still want to hear it.
Terry's saying that you got to be able to fight off these urges and you got to make it work with your girlfriend. And if you can't, you owe it to her to break up with her first. Blah, blah, blah.
I just think the thing is that you knew what she was like when you went into it. I don't understand why you've been with her for 9 years and then all of a sudden you decide you need a new lifestyle. I don't think I think if you were truly this way the whole time, then she knew you were that way.
I've tried to persuade her to get with girls, and she's gone as far as kissing them, but it's just not her cup of tea.
Okay, so why, when you found out it wasn't her cup of tea,
if she just dive head first into a beaver, Terry, everything would be fine, but she won't, so he's got to do what he's got to do. So
bang it, right, T-Man? Bang it. For all it's worth.
I don't want to put it in those terms because it's a family show. But I think you obviously have some urges, some callings that are screaming your name pretty loudly, and you got to answer to that. You got to answer to them. You can't ignore them any longer. Okay.
That's what I needed to know.
Okay, and
it makes me feel better.
But you have to realize that in doing so, you're running the risk of losing this woman in your life. And if it's something that you see as, if it happens, it happens, and you're okay with that, then and only then should you proceed, as it seems like you've already started to make the early steps in doing. All right?
Right.
Realize that you're taking a risk.
So should I try going behind the back first?
I would continue to go behind her back a little bit, yes.
Yeah, because maybe you won't be into this 22-year-old as much as you think you are.
Yes, and then at
least... That's what I'm thinking,
then
too.
You can it may not be all that it's cracked up to be, so to speak.
Right. Honeymoon stage.
All right?
Thanks, T-Man.
Yes,
you guys
sir.
are the best.
Hey, take care. What are you looking at me for, Terry?
It's good to be Jay.
Who knows what this 9-year girlfriend is doing behind his back for all
that is true, and I hope he's, if you guys are all gung-ho for that, I hope she's getting hers, too.
He doesn't sound like the shrewdest guy that'd be able to pick up on the fact as to whether the girlfriend, who's in the same relationship as him, obviously, who probably feels the same things he's feeling, that things don't just seem so right in their relationship, maybe she's going out and doing things behind his back, too.
Yeah, that is true.
What should he do? Break up with her first? Why?
Oh, there's no need to have any respect for a relationship for other people or anything like that. No big deal. Just cheat. It's cool. You're not married.
How respectful would it sound to say, hey, I'm breaking up with you so I can start going out with this 22-year-old?
Well, thanks for telling me.
Because I'm living a life. I'm living a lie in this relationship, and it's not what I want. So let's just call it good.
I'm glad you had enough respect for me to tell me about how I'm too old and not fun enough to be hanging out with that you want to now make the transition to a 22-year-old. Thank you for showing me that level of respect.
Okay, well.
No. Just kind of pick your spots here and there. Go after it.
I like that spot.
See how it feels, if it's all that it's cracked up to be, and then make decisions accordingly. They're not married.
I know.
Threesome with two 22-year-olds. It better be all it's cracked up to be. How could it be? How could you go wrong, really?
You know, it really sucked. I can't believe it.
Awful. Pass next time.
It was absolutely the worst.
Next time you want to have a threesome with you and your hot friend, don't call me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out.
Count me out.
Right.
It was absolutely dreadful.
It'll be everything it's cracked up to be.
I think it may be pretty much all you're thinking it will be. But, Terry, no matter how you slice it, he can't come off as the great guy, even if he were to break up with her. He's already started to dabble in messing around with her already.
I know. So
what's the point in telling her now?
Right, he's already
in. She says, picture me blank and you're blank. I mean.
Mm-hmm. They've been texting each other. They messed around. They've done everything but.
So there you go. I don't even know why he called, because he was already in it. It's not a moral dilemma for him, because he's already went over.
They're not married with kids. Right?
Are you sure he's not? They don't have kids?
They don't have kids. He would have told us they had kids. They don't have kids. No kids.
Oh,
they got a business.
Just a business.
They got a business that obviously isn't generating such amazing amounts of revenue. If he could buy her out for $100,000,
go a couple hundred and some floss and some drills. What the hell? What does he make? I'm dying to know what that stoner makes. What's he making for a dentist? Tell me, please.
You believe that crap call anyway, Terry? Come on. No, actually, he said some details in the course of the call that had me believe that he was telling the truth.
Okay.
I don't know. Wow. Johnny, you're on the air. Hello.
Hey, that whiny little bastard sounded like he didn't have the guts to pull it off anyhow. You had to tell him for 5 minutes that he just to go for it. Yeah.
Because Johnny would have been through that situation about 5,000 times over by now, Terry.
Yeah.
Oh, no, probably 12. I need to sleep in between them. I get tired.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thanks, Johnny.
Hey, man.
Take care, my friend. Chewy!
Yeah.
You're on the air.
How you doing, guys?
What's up, man?
A first-time caller.
Well, it's about time you called, Joe. There, Chewy.
You guys have a great show.
Oh, you make a great call there, Chewy. I can tell already.
Well, I wanted to comment on the guy. Maybe he should involve his girlfriend. Have a threesome.
Well, he talked about that. She's not in. It's not what she's about. He once convinced her to do as much as kiss another woman, but she was just doing it for him and wasn't really into it, and everyone kind of picked up on that, and it was awkward. It was uncomfortable. It just isn't who she is, Chewy.
And why would he want his wife or his girlfriend in a threesome, right? I mean, you don't want your girlfriend of 9 years in a threesome.
Hotshot's been married long enough to know that when he has a threesome, his wife is on the outside looking in.
She's good for a lot of things. Threesome, not one of them.
Oh, jeez.
How about that?
A ravioli dinner?
Decent.
Good for it. Threesomes out.
At least I tried.
So, Chewy, we discussed that. We explored that option, and he just realizes it's not her cup of tea.
Well, all right. Well, maybe next time my advice will be better.
Okay, Rich. Chewy, thanks for trying. Let's go to Rich now. Yes, Rich.
What's going on, guys?
How are you, Rich?
I'm doing all right. Got a little dilemma on my hands here.
Well, we've been dealing with dilemmas this morning. What is your situation, real quick?
All right. Well, I got this lady. She lives next door to me, 2 houses down. She moved in about 2 years ago.
Well, does she live next door, or is she 2 houses down?
Okay, she's 2 houses down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. And, I'm 20 years old. I think she's 36. She's married. She got 2 kids. And ever since she moved in, we've been kind of, talking, always, hey,
people talk to their neighbors.
Hey, neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How dare you?
The usual stuff. But then it just kind of went a little overboard, and we started messing around. while her husband was going to work.
Whatever.
I'm dead
Bullcrap
serious.
caller of the day.
Why? Why is he bullcrap, Terry?
Go ahead. What happened? You had sex with her yet or no?
What's up?
You've had sex?
Yeah, a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
See, because, okay, and here's the situation.
Right.
I thought of this. I was like, you know what? I could use this to my advantage at some point. I could, I've taken pictures and stuff like that,
You've taken pictures of you and your neighbor having sex?
Yeah, just telling her it's kinky and stuff like that.
All right. And obviously you have these pictures on your computer, so you can send them to us over the next couple of minutes, right?
I would. I'm on the commute to work right now.
Uh-huh. You don't sound like you're driving.
I'm on I-5. It's an accident in Michigan, man.
Mm-hmm. So you're stopped in an accident, and that's why it doesn't sound like you're in transit mode right now.
You got a great cell phone.
You have a silent car, soundproof car.
Yeah, you do.
Doesn't sound like you're in a car driving right now. I know you said you're stopped, but it doesn't sound like you're in a car there, Rich. What's going on?
I am. No lie.
All right,
Why would I lie to you guys?
Well, honk the horn, Rich.
Oh, jeez.
We take all that back.
Now take the Casio keyboard out of your hands.
All right, there you go. That's all I need to
Roll
hear.
down the window and
How long does it take for you to get to work?
Actually, I drive for work, so it takes, all day.
You're
you
a driver.
drive for work.
He's a driver.
Yeah.
All right, and so you're not going to have accessibility to a computer to send us these pictures that you have as far as the incriminating evidence of you and your neighbor.
They're probably on his phone.
Yeah, they're probably on your phone.
I could probably take them. I could probably send them later on today.
But you don't have them, an ability to send them through your phone, or what?
Unfortunately, I don't. No.
Okay.
Well, you took them with a digital camera and then downloaded them all to your hard drive?
Yeah.
Come on. No, you didn't.
That's what people do.
You brought a digital camera over?
Hey,
How do you do that with your family?
That's not a digital
Okay.
camera. It could be any old little Canon.
No, here's what happens. Yeah, I got a little Sony camera.
Yeah, I got a little
pictures, right?
All right.
And then I didn't just upload those. I just uploaded all my photos to my computer.
Yeah, I understand. All right, so you had sex with your neighbor 2 times.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the problem?
Okay. Well, at first I was thought about just blackmailing her
Why would you want to blackmail your neighbor who was willing to give you sex?
because I could get some money.
So she's married, and you want to be this little whiny, kind of bitchy type of person who's saying, hey, I want some cash now, or I'm going to tell your entire family and ruin your existence if you don't give me some cash.
No, it's not her entire family, just her husband, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And this is the kind of friction you want with a person's wife that lives 2 houses down from you. You want her telling her husband in tears that she had sex with you and now she's being blackmailed by you, so this guy who lives 2 houses down from you, when your back is turned, can come hit you over the head with a crowbar.
Yeah.
And it's not blackmail if her husband doesn't care.
That's what it started off as, right?
Yeah.
But you see, now we've been talking all this time and, doing messing around, and now I'm kind of falling for it.
You're falling. Oh, all right. I got 10 seconds left for this call. What is your question?
I want to know, what the hell should I do, man?
About what?
Should I just keep the sex going, or should I just end it?
Why would you end it? I thought the choice was blackmail or you're falling for her.
No, but I mean, if I blackmail her, like you said, that's going to screw the whole family up and all that.
Oh, Lord.
But I'm falling for her, so then why, if I'm falling for her and I have feelings for her now, then why would I want to do that?
End it. End it. Yes. You've had sex with her a couple of times, end it.
Oh.
I don't think 95% of the people you have sex with shouldn't be, in my opinion, you shouldn't have sex with them more than once. That's my philosophy on life.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good philosophy.
All right? Thank you. You've had sex with her twice, so that's 100% more than you should have had sex with her. End it. You shouldn't be having sex with your neighbors more than once. Or at all. All right?
Neighbors.
Thank you so much. What is the believability ratio of that call, Terry?
I'm at 68%.
I would say it's way lower, but he did give us the horn when we asked him for the horn, when we were doubting him completely.
And the neighbor got the horn, too.
And we asked him to produce a horn, even though he sounded like a liar. He smashed that horn pretty hard.
He did, yeah. I would have been about 28% without the horn.
Don't people realize that? Do I have to make that a T-Man rule, Terry? Of the people you have sex with in this world, at least 95% of the time, you should not have sex with that person again.
But that's easy for someone who could get a lot of girls to say. You know, I mean, if you're having trouble pulling, you finally get one.
I believe in this day and age, it's pretty easy for even guys, especially girls. Everyone knows it's always been easy for girls to have sex. But even guys are having an easier time having sex than in the 80s, the 90s, when
Probably
guys
true.
were trying to hook up.
Okay.
It's much more of a, hey, I'll do anything once kind of mentality for girls out there. And that's a beautiful thing, don't get me wrong. But even if a girl's willing to come back for more, or in the reverse situation, a guy wants to have sex with you a second time, people should realize that at least 95% of the time, the person isn't worth having sex a second time. One time and out, just to see what it was like, what it's going to be like, what it's all about, and there's no real reason to go back for seconds. Move on to your next conquest.
What if you're just really lazy and you don't feel like doing more than dialing a phone?
T-Man rule.
This girl's so easy. I'll call her right now. It's
Number
2:30.
417. You better have a pretty damn good reason for going back a second time on a girl, or if you're a girl and guy, unless you're bisexual.
Oh, jeez.
There are plenty of people, there are plenty of willing participants out there these days that you better have a pretty damn good reason for going back a second time.
So no stable.
No, you got to have your roster.
But how can you if you only do them once? It's not a roster.
Well,
free agents, all of them.
There are a few people you have on your roster,
Oh, okay.
but 95% of the people that you have sex with, you shouldn't go back a second time.
5% of the people you could go back for.
That's right. Somewhere thereabouts.
All right.
That is T-Man rule number 417. Make sure you have a good reason to put someone on your roster if you're either they're becoming a serious significant other or they're just a great person to have on your roster. But 95, give or take a percentage of people that you have sex with should be one time and done. Wow. And that's the way it is. Steve said so? Thank you. What the hell are you blowing kisses to?
To all the ladies in the room.
Oh, boy. Yeah, what's up with...
Funnel cake. Yummy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God.
You showing us your funnel cake?
No, but
love
it's
funnel
so good.
cake.
Funnel cake is so awesome.
Great name for Terry's.
Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. But anyway, why is it all ladies in the Terry Camp post-up spots?
Just because I made sure it was all the
You
ladies
decided
today.
to turn it into a makeshift ladies' morning?
Yes.
I thought Miss Katie is sick. Why, if she's so sick, why
Yeah,
is she
she
sitting?
doesn't look sick,
She looks
does she?
pretty healthy in her pink little bra that she's wearing. She just got a bra and nothing else, and she's posted up in there like that?
I don't know what she... No, I think it's like a... No, it's a tank top, a really tight... Oh, she's up now. She's showing.
Wow, she's taking a gum in and out of her mouth like a naughty little gal would do. And, you know, she's working it on Terry Camp
Oh, she is.
with her pink little
She
bra.
is.
I don't care what she wants to call it. It's a bra to me. And it's working. I'll tell you that right now. But, all right, you decided to kick all the dudes out and
I
make it
did.
a ladies' morning.
I like the girl in the glasses. That's a good look. For
That's
some
all
reason.
day.
I like that. I don't know why.
That's all day?
That's all day.
I thought the girl in the glasses was Brandy.
No.
No. In the stunner shades.
Oh, the stunner shades?
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, those
That's
serious
good look.
glasses,
That's
yeah.
the glasses on the hat. Looks like she's going to knock over a liquor store.
She's like... Yeah, she's...
All right. Well, that was good work, Terry, turning it into a little makeshift ladies' morning without really pre-announcing it.
There you go.
And still got Eminem in my head. Imagine if Eminem were to shake up the hip-hop world. You're talking about yesterday how Ice-T came out and said that Soulja Boy has ruined hip-hop single-handedly with a stupid little single. Crank that. I went on record very clearly disagreeing and saying that Ice-T sounds like an old man the way he's talking. But imagine if Eminem were just to come out of nowhere and saying, I'm back in the recording studio and I'm putting out a new album. That would be pretty big, wouldn't you say?
I would say yes.
But I hear all he does these days is sit around ordering Mexican to his house, Terry.
Yeah, him and his buddies.
Him and his buddies, just night after night, just chilling on sofas, eating Mexican food.
Well,
The rumor is he's having like heart problems. He's all fat now.
That's the word on Eminem.
That'd be great.
oh,
What if you're one of his friends? It'd be so cool.
Whether he has it or not, whether someone tells me you are his friend without being his friend.
That's my dream. A guy that's buying me Mexican food every night.
Someone tells me you're living the dream. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that's true.
Whether he has it or not and went back in the recording studio can do anything with that kind of time at this point in his career, I don't know. But it still would be interesting, as far as the hip-hop world is concerned, Terry, if Eminem got inspired to do and put out something new of his own, as opposed to...
Did Jamie Lynn have her baby, by the way?
Somebody said that she was...
Well, your report this morning that she was
due any time.
Due any second, and now the word is... We could give you breaking news as we close out the show.
I think it was Katie K.
She might be lying, but did Jamie Spears have her baby, Pasty?
Pasty Dave, can you check real quick before we move on with our day as to whether it is official and Jamie Lynn Spears at age 16 and a half is a mommy? Or is she 17 now?
Who knows? Young.
They welcomed their daughter this morning.
Wow. At what time? Shouldn't we have gone with that or what?
This was posted 40 minutes ago.
40 minutes ago.
Oh, there you go.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Congratulations.
What did we break, like, the other day? There was some news that we...
Wind.
Tiger Woods.
Yesterday. Yeah, we announced Tiger Woods yesterday morning at the end of the show was done for the year as far as career. As far as his...
Wow. Okay.
Might have been a Freudian slip. As far as his career is concerned, no. As far as his...
This year,
as far as this year is concerned, the rest
Aren't
of
they estimating maybe even next season 2 or something?
Some are speculating that he'll never be the same now. That he may
said that
be done.
when he got married and when he had all that crap. Come on,
That was a logical conclusion, but we didn't realize he's just above everything.
Right.
But
I think he's good.
Maddie is the baby's name.
Maddie?
Maddie. Maddie Bryan. Briann.
Too many letters. But anyway, you're throwing too many spellings at me, but that's all right. There it is. There's your breaking news.
Probably Brianne, I'm guessing.
To end your morning with.
Or Brian with 2 N's.
Jamie Lynn Spears is a new mommy.
Congratulations.
And she has a young daughter, as young as you can get.
Yeah.
Can't get much younger than 40 minutes old. Named Maddie.
Just thinking in a short 21 years, they can go clubbing together.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's good to know.
Yeah, it is.
Congratulations to all involved. The T-Man Show. All right, get a bed, Dave. Shut up. Anyway,
wow.
Oh, I'm just playing. I love the Arnold. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Excited about taking on a Friday in grand style?
Sure.
All right. Heading to a beautiful summer weekend.
Red
hot
summer.
Fun in the summertime.
Oh.
It's going to be a red-hot summer, don't you know? And it all begins today, the official first day of summer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's actually technically going minute by minute here yet, but today's the day, right?
It is. No, today's the day.
Today's the day. Do they have an exact time? Because there technically is like an exact minute where summer gets ushered in and spring. You say, adios. Do you care? Do you
I don't know.
Why would you care?
Yeah, why? Just bring it on in.
Well, it's kind of cute.
Is it?
To, like, know what moment it is.
Okay.
Oh, it's those breaks, summer! That kind of thing, you know? I mean, anyway.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm sure you can giggle it. Pacey's raising his hand already. He's already done it already, I guess. What time does summer officially hit upon us so we know we can synchronize our watches? I don't wear a watch. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Crap, that was the summer solstice parade. Sorry.
Oh, jeez. Well, that's just as good.
Sorry.
I love a parade.
Well,
Sorry. Oh, here we go. 6 p.m. No,
what?
That's the race. That's the race.
Oh, God, he's so lost. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's live radio, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's the race.
Oh, wait, no, those are sun chips. Hold on.
At least we know what time the race starts, whatever race that is.
Yeah, no.
The summer solstice parade.
Oh, no, this is son-in-law. No, hold on. That ain't it. Son.
7:59 p.m.
7:59 p.m.?
Eastern time.
All right, so West Coast, we're looking at
4:59.
4:59 p.m. Wow, right at the 5 o'clock whistle.
It's going to get so hot at 5 o'clock. Can't wait. Put on my trunks.
It's going to be a hot-ass happy hour, don't you know?
Grab my surfboard and head on down to the beach.
4:59 p.m.
It's so weird.
Spring done. Summer here.
Welcome, our friend El Sol.
So weird that there's that exact minute where summer starts.
So stupid. What do you mean?
I know, but it's kind of fun nonetheless. Yeah, it's kind of cute.
Didn't you hear him earlier?
I was hoping it'd be during the program. We could have a big...
Sometimes I wish there was a camera.
But we won't be here. It'll be long after we're done with today's show. And then by Monday, it'll be like, wow, we're all veterans of summer already. You know?
Sick of summer. Summertime blues. Bored. Sucks. When's fall?
Bring on football.
That's right. You go see a little Hulk action this weekend? Got any plans? Any hot fun in the summertime plans? Are you going to reach the beaches and shake the lakes?
I have kids stuff going on. So
Okay, all right.
that's about it.
Kid stuff.
Oh, no.
Dance
Don't
recitals.
kids like the Hulk?
Dance recitals to bring in the summer. Okay. All right.
There you go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your final moments of spring 2008 because at 4:59 p.m., summer begins. And we'll come back, we'll get things started right into these words. The T-Man Show.
Well, hello there, little baby bump. The mini bun in Ashley's oven is starting to show.
Oh, yeah.
We caught a glimpse of the youngest Wentz when the newlyweds hit the red carpet for the opening of Pete's new bar, Angels and Kings, in the Windy City.
Ashley Wentz, Terry. You familiar with her?
Ashley Wentz, yes, I am.
Yes.
Yep. You.
She's got a bun in the oven, and apparently, if you were looking at your split screen, you could see that she was starting to show.
I see.
Yes.
Very good.
All right.
Happy for her.
Jessica Simpson ain't got no kids, huh?
Not that we know of.
Now that we know.
Was married for years. Has had many a serious boyfriend. No kids.
Nope. But she does eat meat, and she's a real woman.
Oh, but Ashley, yeah, she does. Real women eat meat, Terry. Why don't you go ahead and prove who you are? Yeah.
Been doing that for years.
Oh, well. I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but that's right. Anyway, Ashley Simpson is going to be having a child any month now, I guess. More towards the fall.
Yeah, probably.
Late fall, mid-fall. Some kind of fall action going on there.
Fall, yeah.
Yes. What else? What I'm reading.
Well,
go ahead. You tell me what you got.
I was gonna, since we broke the news about Jamie Lynn Spears.
Then I'll tell you what I'm reading about in the sports section. But go ahead. Interesting little item I'm seeing.
Okay, well, just to let you know, Jamie Lynn did give birth to little Maddie. The whole.
Yeah, we had that yesterday.
I know, traditional way.
Oh, you gonna give us more
details? There was
details?
rumor that she was going to have a C-section because the baby was breech, however.
But she had it the customary little pregnancy way.
Yeah, she pushed it through.
She's got the biggest VJ among 17-year-olds out there in the world right now.
I think so.
Wow, that is quite yet another little award for the Spears mantle.
Yeah, and
biggest bun among 17-year-olds. Second place, Terry Free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I'm not 17 anymore.
But when you were 17, you were the record. You held the belt.
I had a baby then?
It's been a
Gosh, what
long
happened?
time that you've held that record, Terry.
No, you didn't have a baby, but you still had the biggest bun.
But now...
Really?
But now Jamie Spears has come along, and because they were able to sidestep the C-section situation...
Yeah.
And she had... you sure she didn't have a butt baby, Terry?
Didn't have a butt baby, no.
No butt baby.
No.
So because she had the child vaginally...
I'm trying to have one of those.
Because... I thought you were a product of one. Because she didn't have the C-section and she had the baby in a more traditional fashion, it's safe to say that she... of biggest VJs among 17-year-olds out there. I mean, come on, how many really are there that in 2008 they say teen pregnancies are down?
Yeah.
And yet Jamie Spears trying to bring all back the good days. She had a child and had it vaginally. I mean, she's got to be. I mean, no one likes to talk in these terms, but she's got to be, if not the champion, in the serious running for the biggest VJ among 17-year-olds right now, right or wrong.
Okay, right.
I'm sure her boyfriend very excited.
Yeah.
Sure.
Was the baby small, like prematurely small, or was it normal size?
Healthy baby.
Wow.
Shy of 7 pounds, they say.
So like 6 pounds, 14 ounces or something?
Like that.
Is that normal?
Yeah.
That's right
It's a
around.
good size.
That's maybe a touch above average.
Really?
Because she's not exactly a big girl. You know,
I'd
she's
say
a little small.
the average baby size around 6 pounds, 9 ounces.
Yeah,
Something like that. 6 pounds, 10 ounces.
Okay.
So maybe an ounce or two above average, yeah.
So it wasn't super tiny coming out of there.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Anyway, any other details you want to give us on the...
The entire Spears clan was there. Jamie, Brittany, Brian, all that. Mom, Dad. But, so doing well, recovering.
Everyone's doing well, very healthy.
Yeah.
Young baby girl there.
Baby girl.
Named Maddie.
Maddie Breon Aldridge.
Maddie Breon Aldridge.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
You would not even know it was a Spears.
No.
Maddie Brian.
Is it Brienne, maybe?
Brienne. Well, Pasty thought it was Brian yesterday, so.
So you have to call him out.
Wow.
Because you flubbed.
No, we all
He thought it, but you said it on the air. You said Brian.
I'm just repeating what you said, Brian.
Well,
I'm not
Brienne.
reading it. All right. Maddie Brienne or Brian.
Brienne Aldridge.
Okay.
So.
Great Poupin. Anyway, what else?
Also, some news about Charles Barkley. Apparently, he is going to be playing in a celebrity poker tournament.
Barkley.
At the World Series of Poker on July 2nd. And why this is such big news is because, when he got called out on the big $400,000 gambling debt.
Yeah, but this is the Africa charity little poker tournament, Terry.
Right.
Man's allowed to give back to those in need, isn't he?
Yeah, the tournament is called Ante Up for Africa.
Yes, I'm familiar with it. You ante up $5,000. The winner can keep their money, or more traditionally, they'll donate their winnings, and everyone is happy, and everyone has a good old time.
Right.
Matt Damon plays in it.
Who keeps it? See ya.
I know, really tough.
See ya, Shuckers.
I'm sure you're tempted to want to take it. More than $100,000, by the way. You're really tempted to take it, but the pressure is on you if you win the tournament to donate it to the charity. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, all kinds of celebrities play in this tournament. What's his name from Ocean's 11 as well?
George Clooney.
George Clooney.
The little Asian guy.
No, the black
Elliot Gould.
all of them.
Okay.
Most of the 11.
Oh, Don Cheadle.
Yeah, Don Cheadle.
Right.
Plays in it. He's become a big poker player, a big fan of the game.
What about Elizabeth? What is it? Not Elizabeth Berkley. What's
Hurley?
Shannon Elizabeth.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Yeah, close always, but no cigar Terry. Shannon Elizabeth has been playing in every tournament so far. When I was there a few weeks ago,
was she there?
She was one table away from me.
Really?
Yes.
Did she bring her little dancing partner boyfriend?
Literally about as far away from me as you are right now.
Wow.
Terry. Yes. And a friend of mine came over to check how I was doing in the tournament because he had long been since knocked out, and I was still alive. And he came over and he mentioned, "Hey, I hear Shannon Elizabeth's still alive in this tournament." I'm like, "Yeah, look, one
right over there.
Yeah, 2.5 feet to your right." He's like, "That's her! Oh my gosh!"
Oh, cool.
I'm like, dude, chill out, man. You're embarrassing me. Get the hell out of here.
She was so hot in '96.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, Charles Barkley's playing in the charity poker tournament, and there's those out there saying he's already reneged on his promise that he would not gamble for 4 years. That was the statement by Charles Barkley.
Yep.
4 years, I will go without gambling 1 penny. And some are saying that this is already a shank of that promise. Well, I don't know if this per se is, but if he's going to be in Vegas and that's where the tournament is held.
Right.
He's going to be telling someone, "Here's $5,000. Go put it on the Astros against the Rays. How dare they be underdogs?"
Right, how dare they? I'll take the 1.5, dude.
Mm-hmm. Get me on the run line. You know what the run line is?
No.
Well, that's right. It's right outside the Mexican restaurant. Anyway.
Okay.
Let's get the run. That's very funny. So what do you think? You think he's breaking his promise? You think it's that big a deal? Man can't get back to the motherland?
But doesn't he have the reputation, period, of just being a major gambler, and he's come out and admitted it? And,
hello?
But, I mean...
That's why he's gotten into this mode of saying, I will go 4 years without gambling just to prove that I don't have this as... it doesn't have a hold on me, blah, blah,
charity.
blah. Well, I'm asking you. He came out 2 months ago and said, I will go 4 years without gambling. Right after the Venetian said, you owe us $400,000, you deadbeat.
Right.
And he paid that bill and said, okay, because of this bad to real negative publicity, I will go 4 years without gambling. Now here, less than 2 months later, he's going to ante up for Africa.
There you go.
I'm asking you a question. He's going to be playing in a poker tournament, which obviously is a gambling tournament. Is he breaking his promise already? Is it a break of the promise? Is the 4-year promise already thrown to the scrap heap? He didn't make it. Or is it still alive?
Well, I think really the excuse that it is a charity poker tournament and they did come to him and ask him is probably
I'm sure
not.
A lot of bookies come to him and ask him too, and he's like, "Oh well, since you're asking me, give me $100,000 on the Mets."
Since you're asking, I thought you never would ask. God, Thankfully, you did it before the first pitch.
So
I'm going to say no because it is for charity. However,
in and of itself, it is not a breaking of the promise.
Right.
But you're doubting whether he's not cheating on it when he's in Vegas.
Yeah, if you have a problem, you have a problem. I mean, if you shouldn't gamble, you shouldn't gamble.
You shouldn't be in Vegas if you got a problem.
Also true. It's like, I'm trying to cut back on Coke, but Lions for Kids, great charity. Yeah, okay.
And I'm
poor kids.
I accepted the invitation to tour Pfizer Pharmaceuticals. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. That's what we're holding it this year.
All right.
Yes,
You're still doubting the whole ability to him not gambling, but this in it of itself is not a break of the promise.
No, but and it will be quite a test for him. I think in some ways he's trying to prove a point that I can gamble for a charity and for a cause and give all my winnings, but I won't do anything else.
Assuming he's going to win. But what's interesting to me is I don't think he played in the Ante-Up for Africa tournament last year. I'm not sure about it, but I think I remember seeing those around the poker room when that charity event was going on, and I don't remember him being there. Now, I'm not going to say again with certainty that he didn't do it, but he's doing it this year.
Right.
Let's say he didn't do it last year, which I'm leaning towards believing he didn't. Isn't that interesting that in the time where he makes the promise, I will not gamble, he's using this as like, well, this isn't gambling because I'm doing it for charity, but he was never inspired to do this in the past years this is not the first year they're doing Ante-Up for Africa.
Oh, okay.
They've been doing it for a number of years now.
Really?
Not many years. I think it's gone on for about 3-4 years.
Okay.
Or maybe this is the third year or something like that. But I don't remember him doing it last year when he had full reign and didn't make any promises on stopping his gambling situation.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, he's dying to play in anything that can be construed as a charitable situation so that it's not a break of the promise.
That's what I'm saying with the whole Coke thing. If you have a drinking problem, well, beers for kids is very, very reputable charity.
I'm at a wedding. I mean, it's my cousin's wedding.
Exactly.
It's not a break of my AA promises if I'm drinking at my cousin's wedding.
Exactly. It's a good time. Everyone's having a drink. Or 12.
You find excuses to go back to your vice, your bad habits, when you're supposedly on the wagon.
It usually doesn't take, something as big as this either to go back on your vice. I had a bad day.
1-866-663-T-Man. Let me go to Will. Will has a comment on this. Yes, Will.
Yeah, I think Bart should have gone at least a year. I kind of disagree with him gambling at all because he did say what he said, and I was kind of hoping he would kind of be able to beat that.
So if he would have played in 09 and skipped 08, then you'd say, yeah, it's for charity, not a big thing, and especially since he's already shown good faith by going a year and a couple of months without gambling at all. But the fact that it's less than 2 months away from the time he made that promise, less than 2 months ago, this doesn't sit well with you. This seems like a typical addict who's looking for an excuse to do what he's not supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
Well, again,
standing up for Africa.
Yes, he is. Just like Lindsay Lohan, hey.
Well, don't compare it to Lindsay Lohan.
Why
it's a
not?
bad example.
Why? No, it's not.
Lindsay Lohan.
No, it's not. Because
not really a good example of a success story of someone who quit all the things that were.
Well, but you always make an excuse for her, saying, "Oh, let her have a cocktail.
Well,
she's not she doesn't have a drinking problem. She's 21, 22, and so she should be able to have one or two. But she's been to rehab. She's supposedly all clean. Claims that
All right. That's a completely different example than Charles Barkley. I think Charles Barkley, who's not able to make the millions and millions of dollars that he was able to make in the NBA anymore, I'm sorry, you don't make that much from as good as he is at doing his studio broadcasting. He's not making the multi-million-dollar contracts he was making when he played in the NBA. If he wants to blow all his money gambling, then by all means, go ahead and blow it. I don't care. So to compare him to Lindsay Lohan has an ability to make some money in movies until the day she does it, and that day seems like it may be coming, so if you're worried about her in that aspect, fine. But I'm just saying, when you're 21, having a couple of drinks is not that big a deal. So let her have a cocktail. And I could care less about Lindsay Lohan, but Charles Barkley apparently has had, not only situations where he's admitted to losing millions and millions of dollars in Vegas casinos, but just recently, a casino was coming after him.
Right.
And they don't
the state was coming after him, too, I think.
Normally, the casino wouldn't want that kind of bad publicity. The casino would not want it to be known by the media that they were going after a celebrity for a $400,000 bill. But they had no choice. He wasn't going to pay it back, so they had to go public with it. And Charles Barkley was so embarrassed by the fact that they did go public with the fact that he owed him $400,000 that he had no choice but to pay it back. And now it seems clear that Charles Barkley gambles way more than his current means,
right?
Unless he just invested all his... Because when he played NBA basketball, Terry, yeah, he made millions, but not the millions they're making today. He didn't have the Kevin Garnett $20 million a year contract. Charles Barkley made, probably in his heyday, about $4 million a year.
He had Nike, he's got T-Mobile now, he's got some decent endorsements.
He's got some decent endorsements now, which is bringing in some revenue. But, believe me, you can gamble all that away quick if you have a gambling problem. Now, if you want to say, hey, you said one thing about Lindsay, so it should carry over to Charles Barkley, and he should be able to go out there and gamble?
I'm just comparing the addictions, the whole addiction side. Gambling is an addiction, drinking is an addiction. Both are problems. Both people go through rehab or whatever, and it's the same thing to me.
If Barkley's gambling gets away from him, he could be broke quick.
True, and if Lindsay's drinking, which it has affected her ability to produce, be dealt with on movie sets and stuff.
She could die too, by the way.
Yeah, and she could die. So it's the same thing to me.
Of course, but
an addiction is an addiction.
But I do agree that Lindsay Lohan is young enough that she's still got some time. She's still in that place where she doesn't really. She's not in her 40s.
It's a lot less...
An addiction is addiction regardless of age.
It's a lot less out of the ordinary. A lot less out of the ordinary to see a 21-year-old having a drink or two at a club than it is seeing a 40-something-year-old man gambling millions of dollars in a Vegas casino.
So you can't really be addicted till you're in your 40s.
Really?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a lot more common to see a 21-year-old having a couple of drinks in a club than seeing 40-year-old men going into Vegas casinos and gambling millions of dollars.
It is more common, yes.
Okay.
Now,
so I'm just saying, everyone. My point is that everyone goes way out of bent out of shape when they see Lindsay having a drink. She's 21, having a drink at a club. Let her have a cocktail. It's not that big a deal. Doesn't mean necessarily she has a drinking problem. When every other 21-year-old around her, you're not even noticing having a drink.
Why'd she go to rehab?
So let her have a cocktail.
Why will movie producers not work with her?
She went to
rehab.
I can make a very clear case that she went to rehab because the publicity around her got so bad. Not necessarily because she had such a bad problem, but the publicity around her got so bad that in order for movie studios to give her work, they needed to show good faith in Lindsay Lohan because the rumors had gotten so strong that she had to go to rehab so that the public would be like, okay, she's working it through.
Just go to rehab for 2 weeks, she'll get more roles, so everything will be good.
Exactly. And what has she signed on for lately?
I don't know. I don't follow her career that closely. But
lesbian relations with the DJ.
There you go. Great movie. Yeah.
That is quite the get because there was a big casting call for that part. Anyway.
You know, Barkley's lucky he didn't know this casino money in the 60s. His head might have been in a vice at some point. Right. You owed someone $400,000 in Vegas in the 60s?
That's why it's so out of the ordinary to have it happen now. Back in when the casinos were mob run, they wouldn't have made a public statement. They would have...
Statement on your knees with a freaking crowbar.
If Barkley had the money, he wouldn't have needed the markers from the casino in the first place.
All right, well, you don't go carrying around $400,000 in your wallet. But anyway.
Well, it sounds like
that's why they have the markers for high rollers.
Unless you're Javon Walker, you don't go carrying around $400,000 in your wallet.
Well, he would have been able to pay it right away. He wouldn't have owed him. They wouldn't have had to come after him. So.
They wouldn't have had to make it so public so they can get paid back.
Yeah.
It's like Barkley thought they would never do what they did. They would never, and it's very strange that they actually did go public with the fact that he owed him $400,000. Because that's probably the only way he would have paid him back, I have a feeling. Was embarrassing him into making the check be written.
It's crazy you could run up that kind of bill, because when I take a $15 bottle of vodka out of the fridge, I get jacked for it on my credit card.
Gage, you're on the air. Hello.
$400,000? Really? See ya.
What do you got, Gage?
Have a good trip back, Charles.
Is this Gage?
Yeah.
What's up, Gage?
What
can I do for you, bud?
Oh. Like when you're talking about Lindsay Lohan when she goes to the bar and has a couple drinks.
Yeah.
She was getting in car accidents and stuff because she was so drunk.
Yeah, all right.
And he's 40 years old and he has a lot of money. I think he should be able to blow it if he wants.
Well, yeah, if he can blow it if he wants. It's his prerogative. He can make your money and blow it. And there's been many men who've owned very successful businesses that had gambling problems that lost their entire businesses and self-worth. So any addiction can be very destructive.
Yep.
Lindsay can go out there and not only get in car accidents and hurt herself, but she could hurt other people if she truly has a drinking problem, and I'm sure on some level she does. But she's 21-year-old, and a lot of 21-year-olds, if you were to put them under a microscope and follow them from club to club, you might be able, if you watched and videotaped, you might be able to make a case that they have drinking problems. So I'm just saying, it's very subjective as to who has a drinking problem and who doesn't. 21-year-olds are drinking like fish out there every night of the week. You want to tell me what the criteria is for who has a drinking problem? You go ahead.
You should talk to my wife.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah. It's very subjective, you know.
1-866-663 T-Man. Back after these words.
The T-Man Show.
It's really surreal. Megan Fox's career is on fire, but is her love life with Brian Austin Green cooling down? The Transformer star and FHM's sexiest woman in the world is sparking rumors that her plans to marry the former 90210 star are kaput because she's been spotted recently, like at MTV's Movie Awards on June 1st, without her engagement ring or her fiancé, for that matter.
Wow. So that may be off. The big old marriage between Brian Austin Green and Megan Fox, the hottest woman in the world. I think, in very strong likelihood, that Megan Fox rolled over at some point over the past few months and was like, I'm not marrying David Silver. All right? I'm the hottest woman in the world, according to FHM magazine. I'm not marrying a 90210 reject.
Wow.
What was I thinking? That's what I would do if I was her. I'm just saying.
You weren't even on the pilot. Wasn't he like? Didn't he get added late? I didn't watch that show. Was he always on it?
I didn't watch the pilot.
I mean, did you watch the first season or no?
I didn't watch the first season.
I didn't watch any of it, but I thought he came on like late.
He might have.
The guys were getting old and they had to kind of turn it up a little bit.
He was always there.
He's not like Oliver from the Brady Bunch.
He was Donna's boyfriend for a long time.
Oh, okay. He was the youngest one in the cast for a while there.
Right.
I think he was in the first season, but he was the youngest one.
Because it was always Luke Perry and that other Jason Priestley, right? They were like the stars.
They were the stars.
They got old and wrinkly.
He was like the awkward little younger guy that Donna was willing to date.
Right. Yes.
And then he turned into such a handsome 90210 character in his own right. And now he really isn't getting that much work, and Megan Fox is. And Megan Fox is the hottest woman in the world, according to FHM magazine. And David Silver is David Silver, and he was trying to brainwash her into marrying him, and it was working for a long time. And now it seems like it may be done.
Yeah.
And she's completely available. Well, let's all fill out our applications, huh? Megan Fox?
Yeah, and your chances of her saying yes are...
Oh, jeez. Wow, are you taunting us, Terry? Terry? I mean, I'm not...
I'd rather... Yeah, I know.
Okay.
David Silver is hooked up with a couple of hotties.
Everyone's got an equal chance. Yeah, Brian Austin Green has had a good run of his own, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, come on. Ian Ziering next? Please. There's more relevant, topical, little, in-the-moment kind of actors that Megan Fox is capable of dating right now. Megan Fox can date whoever she damn pleases.
Watch her get a hold of Mario Lopez.
You don't have to be going for David Silver.
Isn't she younger than him, too? I mean, he's got to be, what, 35 or something?
She's like 10 years younger than him.
Even Mario Lopez, as much as we kind of crack about him...
He could get her.
Even Mario Lopez, wouldn't you say he's an upgrade from Brian Austin Green?
Nowadays, yeah. Dancing with the Stars saved his life.
Yes, it did.
He's doing relevant stuff right now.
He is.
Even though he's A.C. Slater, going from David Silver to A.C. Slater would be quite the maneuver. But at least A.C. is doing some stuff now. What is Brian Austin Green doing?
It's a good, solid question.
Right.
Waiting for a 90210 reunion.
Well,
I'll be there. I swear, I'll be there.
They're gonna have the next. They're gonna have the next generation 90210 show coming up this fall.
Yes,
that is going to be so not watchable.
And Luke Perry is negotiating as far as having some kind of regular part as a teacher or something like that.
Yeah, there's a couple that have signed on.
Right, and my friend Rob Estes, the strong rumors, is going to be in the cast.
Make it go away.
And, well, the show don't say make it go away.
Tori Spelling, supposedly, didn't she ask to be the MILF?
There's also been rumors that she's going to be a cougar on the big old show there. Every good teen show needs a cougar mom.
Mm-hmm. It was Heather Locklear the first time around, right? Or wasn't she kind of the older one on it?
She was in Melrose, but that's all right.
I didn't watch. I needed to stay out of the conversation.
Melrose was a spin-off of 90210, but it's all good.
All right.
All right. So, it's just a rumor, by the way, that they called off the engagement.
Right.
But usually these rumors have a lot of credibility lately, especially. So the chances that Megan Fox is moving on into the single status situation is pretty solid.
And by the way, it just flat out makes sense.
It does make a lot of sense, yes.
Didn't Hilary Swank blow her guy out too because she won an Oscar and he's a hack?
And Hilary Swank is waking up right now, maybe starting to realize, okay, maybe I'm a hack too.
She's got an Oscar. She's relatively relevant. She could do some stuff.
Yes. But
more than Chad Lowe.
You tend to get a little carried away with yourself, and yeah, Hilary Swank won an Oscar, but she's not the hottest woman in the history of Hollywood. True. And Megan Fox may be the hottest woman in the history of Hollywood, so she's got a little more.
Oh, you mean looks-wise? Yeah.
Yeah, looks-wise.
I'm talking about overall success. No,
I'm talking about looks.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Look, she's probably the hottest.
Strictly about looks.
She's the hottest woman ever.
Megan Fox?
Yeah.
Hottest woman ever in the history of Hollywood.
Maybe top 10.
Wow.
I like her tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Gives her an edge.
So who does Megan Fox belong with these days? Obviously, David Silver was not the right match. Who out there in the Hollywood world, that is, or in the pop culture world, is big time enough? Because you got to be big time, let's be honest. Megan Fox, maybe, as we said, top 10 of all time in the history of the Hollywood world as far as overall hotness is concerned. And we're talking just strictly, again, from a physical standpoint. Who is worthy of
that body
being able to just bring her the ruckus on a night-to-night basis? What dude out there in the music world, in the Hollywood world, in the athletic world, do you think?
Wow, it's a big world.
Well, you'd be like, oh yeah, he deserves it.
Pasty Dave.
Yay!
She invited him over right now. I'd be like, nah, it's all right, I'm cool.
Dude, don't call me Pasty. I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have a tattoo? Yeah, it's not going to fly on my parents' house. Can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna pass.
That's not
But if you know Shia LaBeouf, come give me a call.
Names that come to mind, obviously Derek Jeter is stated the best of the best, but he would be like Brian Austin Green, 10 years older than her.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter, what, about 33 nowadays?
Probably,
and she's about, what, 24 or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
How old is Megan Fox?
24 is a good solid
24
guess.
sounds around right.
What about her co-star, Shia LaBeouf?
Shia LaBeouf?
I don't know how to say his last name now.
Has he? Yeah, he's certainly made a big splash onto the acting scene, but has he earned enough? Has he earned his stripes to the point where he deserves to be not only starring alongside Megan Fox, but deserves to be her true boyfriend?
I'm asking. I don't know.
Why not?
I say no.
Wow.
I say you need to be a little bit more established and big time than even Shia LaBeouf is right now.
But shouldn't she have a little more under her belt as far as roles go? She's been in one movie, right?
She's been in one movie, but she was named hottest woman, according to FHM magazine, that we have right now to offer in the world. On the planet that we call Earth.
Yeah.
There is no hotter than Megan Fox.
Well, the one that...
and nobody argued.
Well, but the woman that won
people were
on
like, oh, yeah, how'd they do that? No, nobody. Not a person raised their hand and said, I'm really feeling not good about their selection. It's wrong. It's not accurate. Nobody said that.
But FHM...
Everyone was like, oh, yeah, how could I have forgotten Megan Fox? Of course she's the hottest woman in the world. Everyone agrees.
Hard to argue, but FHM's hottest woman on Neptune is hotter than Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one out there.
If there's a hotter woman physically out there, she's not in the Hollywood world. But I've always said the hottest women are not actresses. The hottest women are just the regular girls out there in the world. The hottest women are not models. They're not these runway wave print ad models. The hottest women in the world are the undiscovered women that are just floating around that you see with old rich guys and stuff. But anyway...
The ones that make $25,000 a year and have low self-esteem. Yes!
Carrie has the perfect guy that she feels embodies everything that, as far as the resume, is worthy enough of being the boyfriend of Megan Fox. Carrie, are you there?
Yes.
And you think that person is?
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell. All right. Well, he's kind of
A little 03, right? Well, 02.
He can throw her around.
Well, if you're going to...
He's kind of old now, too.
That's not really what we're basing the criteria on, who could throw around the best. We were just talking strictly of who really deserves the overwhelming hotness of Megan Fox right now. Who?
I don't even know who Megan Fox is.
Oh, jeez. Well, then you really aren't in the position to be answering this question, do you think?
She just wants Colin Farrell to throw her around.
Yeah, she's had many a dream about Colin Farrell throwing her around, and maybe an awakening moment where she took out her big buster and went to town on herself.
And she's so old, it's now called a dustbuster.
But thank you, Carrie. Thank you for participating. 1-866-663-T-MAN is the number to call.
That is so tough.
When everyone out there heard that Brian Austin Green was dating Megan Fox, everyone universally went, "What? He doesn't deserve her."
Definitely.
All right, so we're asking, who does deserve?
Reggie Bush.
Well, he's got a pretty hot-ass woman in his own
Well,
right
but
right
Kim
now.
Kardashian got beat out by Megan Fox, right?
Yes.
So
Kim
why not?
Kardashian, I don't even think was in the top 5, was she?
I don't
According
think so.
According to
I don't know, I
FHM
can't
magazine,
remember.
if I remember right, she might have been number 5 or something.
I can't
like
remember.
That. Well, Megan,
But
number
I mean,
5,
why would
remember
you
Scarlett
want number
Johansson.
1? Why not take number?
Why wasn't Kim Kardashian number 1?
No, I'm saying why not take Megan Fox over Kim Kardashian?
So if Reggie Bush is reading FHM and he looks over at Kim Kardashian, he's like, "What the hell am I doing with you?"
Yeah, he's not with her for her personality. If you've ever watched the show, you know that. But if you could have Megan Fox or Kim Kardashian, you're taking Kim Kardashian. Done, right? Hands down.
If I have my
well.
Oh, so you're asking me
2 rooms, the whole routine.
I got 2 keys in my hand.
Yep.
They're both butt naked.
One opens the door that has a naked Kim Kardashian behind it, laying in the bed, just waiting and wanting me.
And why are the doors locked? It's always weird to me.
The other, so no one else can get in.
Okay, got it.
And
Because if you did,
Oh, you're the only one that I see. Okay.
I have the keys. Everyone else wants to get in, but they can't because they don't have the keys.
Oh, there's more people there. That's
Yes.
right. Like, what's the naked guys walking around?
Yes.
Hey, you got a key? Nope. You got a
like
key?
you
Nope.
and Vinnie, Pasty, all
And it's such a big, it's such a big bolted, oversized door that you can't just break the sucker
Got it.
down.
Okay.
You need the keys.
Familiar.
So I got one door that has a naked Kim Kardashian laying on a bed, just calling out my name, begging and wanting me. She's in one room.
Yes.
I got a naked
Look,
Megan.
Tina,
I got a naked Megan Fox.
You're ruining it. Stop.
Screaming my name. Squeezing strawberry juice all over her body.
Whoa, strawberry.
I don't know, just pictured it all of a sudden. Waiting and wanting me in the same kind of levels of passionate moments that Kim Kardashian is doing in the other room. And yet they can't hear each other because it's a soundproof wall.
Wow. You have it all worked out.
That's right. You're asking me which key do I use?
I am asking you that question.
Wow.
Do you need some time?
Man, can I use both? Come on.
No, one or the other.
and done.
I open up Kim Kardashian's room and then I dig a hole like in a Count of Monte Cristo way towards Megan Fox.
Can't do that.
Come join the party. All right, let me think here.
One or the other.
I'm going Megan Fox.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
As much as I have always longed to do the... Yes, it was not just an accidental choice of words. As long as I've always longed to do...
Right.
Kim Kardashian. I got to go Megan Fox right at this very second.
Wow.
Got to. I got to.
I need to see Megan Fox again, because I'm going Kim Kardashian.
I don't even necessarily know my reasons. All I know is I'm gravitating towards the door that has Megan Fox behind it more than Kim Kardashian.
I think 2 out of 10 guys agree with you.
Ooh.
I disagree with that.
Really?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I think 3
Yeah,
out of 10.
it is.
I think 2.3 guys agree with me.
And we're talking about just relations, no dating, just one night.
We're talking about
5 minutes.
We're talking about 20 minutes. Come on, give me 20.
Sorry. Well, whatever it takes.
I got the Viagra kick in. Come on.
I think if I saw Kim Kardashian naked, I may be done. Oh, sorry. Ooh, I'm out of here. All right. That was fun.
Like that?
Yep. Just like Forrest Gump. When he saw the boobs.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler, you're on the air.
Hey, man, hands down, Kim Brawl.
Kim K?
That's 9 out of 10 guys would say the same thing.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know if that's necessarily right. You and Hotshot seem to agree on that, but I think it's more like 3.5. I'm saying that I think, the majority of guys out there, if given the same scenario, would use the Kim Kardashian key if they could only use one of the 2 keys. But I don't think it's as strong as 9 out of 10 guys are going to bust up Kim K over Megan Fox. I think a lot of guys would do like me, especially in this very second that we're in right now, and we go Megan Fox.
God,
I think it's a lot closer of a contest than 9 out of 10,
I
or
do too.
as Hotshot saying 8 out of 10.
I'm looking at pictures of Megan Fox and
Megan Fox is all
She
over.
is
pretty damn hot.
beautiful.
Kidding me?
But Kardashian's body is like Disneyland.
Okay, but also factor this in. I imagine Megan Fox as a much more sexual person. I imagine Megan Fox being a lot more sexual fun.
Okay, so you take your chances on how they are in the sack. It's not even.
Hold on, but you guys have seen the Ray J video, so
I wasn't overly impressed. I was not. I wasn't bothered by her performance, Terry, but I wasn't like just blown across the room by what she was able to throw out there.
Know what the Kleenex was?
Megan Fox.
Jesus, really?
I imagine Megan Fox just being really freaky or
really
freaky enough.
So all things aren't equal then. Yeah, you have to take your chances on who might be better.
And that, even if that's not the case, even if they're equal.
Okay, say they're equal.
Even if they're equal, I'm going Megan Fox right now.
Wow.
Right now. If you would have asked me a week ago, I might have said Kim Kardashian. If you asked me a week from now, I might say Kim Kardashian. But today, I say Megan Fox. Wow.
Right now?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I feel.
Her boobs aren't really that big. I'm kind of out.
Yeah, she's kind of like too skinny for me. I don't know.
All right. I understand.
I need donkeys, son.
I understand.
We got it, Vinnie.
Okay, that's a good picture of her. I mean,
her face is really nice.
God, she's really.
And if you watch Kardashian's show, you'll be less attracted to her.
You tell me she's got really small boobs? Come on.
She probably has a little C or something.
But she's very striking. You know what I'm saying?
See, I need that.
Okay.
I need this.
Oh, Pasty, these two are stuck together.
Pasty printed us out pictures in case we're not familiar with what Kim Kardashian and Megan Fox look like.
See, tell me how her boobs look.
Well, you're loving the pictures.
That's too small. That's the good.
Yeah, it's not even close with me.
Yeah.
That's Megan.
This is ridiculous. John Mayer was right. Her body is a wonderland.
Look at that one. Look at that.
Come on. That's like a whole other level.
Okay, so we're going to ask you again. Two keys.
You look at him now.
He wants them both.
All right,
He wants them both.
Ridiculous. Let me just say this. Kim Kardashian, Pasty printed out some pictures of Kim Kardashian that are
good
off the meat rack here. I mean, this is ridiculous.
He knows some good pics. That's one thing he does.
I don't know where he found this one.
But Denny also give Megan
you know
Fox
what? I'm going Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back, kid. Nice to have you.
Let me see. What made you change your mind?
This picture.
Her face and her boobs and her butt.
So,
what do you think?
No, it was the
So this one you didn't like
this
that
picture and this picture.
Stopped him dead in his tracks.
And the little tint he's pitching in his pants. That too.
Not that I wouldn't be pitching over Megan Fox either, but
I mean, it would take someone like Kim Kardashian to beat out Megan Fox. I mean, she's like ridiculous. It's like a whole other level of fury.
But I think face-wise.
Yeah, face-wise, Megan Fox wins.
Megan Fox by far, because she's just there's something.
Far,
okay, if I just have to have sex with her face,
oh wow!
I go Megan Fox.
Okay, done.
But if it's the entire body coming along with it, I may have to change my opinion right now and go Kim Kardashian, Terry. Based on these pictures.
Okay.
Based on these pictures, I'm just going on how Megan Fox looked in Transformers.
Well, and also
that face isn't great though. It looks like Lisa Marie Presley.
I'm thinking of how she looked in Transformers. And in Transformers, I was just sitting there with a non-stop half tank.
Bored with
a non-stop half tank. Yeah, I thought Transformers was way overrated. Way overrated as a movie. Now, you going to tell me the Hulk is good? Am I going to waste my time with this movie?
No, the Hulk is real good.
Is it anywhere near as good as Iron Man or what? Because I loved Iron Man to me was so far.
I'm enjoying the pictures too, Scott. But,
everyone ripping pictures. As soon as,
I know.
As soon as you lose a second focus in this studio right now, you get your pictures ripped right out of your head.
I think if I seriously saw her naked, I may just finish.
Take it easy.
I don't think I would be able to touch her.
So you'd walk through the door, and it'd be... you'd walk right back out.
Sorry. I'm disappointed again, I know. Ridiculous thing
I asked the question to the call the other day. If Iron Man is a 10, I'm not saying necessarily it's a 10. It's like, to me, a 9, 9.5. Because no movie could be completely perfect. But Iron Man was pretty close. All right. Iron Man's a 10. What is Ed Norton's version of the Hulk? What am I going to be seeing this weekend if I go...
I would give it about a 7.5, 8.
7.5, 8. Because the woman the other day said, given the same question, she said it was a 9.
I don't know about a 9.
But you liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. A lot of action.
A lot of action. Well, Transformers had a lot of action, too, but I didn't like Transformers.
I like Transformers. But
I like
All right.
No, but Ed Norton, you can't go wrong.
You like Transformers?
No, I watched about 30 minutes and turned it off.
You turned it off after 30 minutes?
Yeah, I actually paid $4.99 for it at home, too. I turned it off. It was almost like a Nickelodeon show. I feel like I was watching the way the acting was. I thought I was watching a kid's show. It was really bad. But the action scenes, I guess, were cool. If you like semis fighting each other on the freeway, that movie's for you.
Well, but if you're not a big
pretty cool.
It was
pretty cool.
He was a big Transformers fan.
I grew up with them.
Uppercutted some...
And I even cheaped out and got GoBots. That doesn't... Bad business on the GoBots.
Horrible.
Doesn't make the movie all of a sudden good because a Transformer uppercutted another Transformer.
Oh, wait till G.I. Joe comes out.
It was that scene that did it.
The uppercut.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
If only you thrown a roundhouse right.
You guys are bagging on it like it's some Nickelodeon movie.
Call the
It's
Academy.
a children's film.
It is a stupid kids movie.
Oh, my God. Get out of here.
It was awful.
Okay.
I tried. I watched it by myself in HD. I was so excited. It was awful.
I'm not going to say it was awful, but I'm not going to say it was nearly as good as everyone's hyping it up to be.
Yeah,
Transformers to me was a letdown.
They're barely old enough to drive, but apparently a group of students at this high school think they're old enough to become moms.
Oh, yeah, wait till you hear this story, Terry. Wait till you hear this news. Now, of course, you're going to have to listen through the voice and delivery of this real old-school Associated Press broadcaster.
Okay.
Which is going to be, like, nauseating, I'm sure, but the story is very important that you listen carefully.
Okay.
All right?
Got it.
So... let me start from the beginning again.
They're barely old enough to drive, but apparently a group of students at this high school think they're old enough to become moms. Yeah. School officials say 17 girls, none of them older than 16, are pregnant.
You're right.
And it's no coincidence. Officials say they have made a pregnancy pact.
Are you hearing this?
Oh, my God.
This is a high school in Massachusetts, Terry. This is not some faraway land. This is 15 and 16-year-old girls that all got together, not just like 2 or 3 of them, upwards of, I think, 17 girls is the number, that are all pregnant in one high school, and not by accident, not because they got a bad batch of condoms that were on recall and they just didn't know it or something.
They're from China, those condoms, right?
Yeah, not because of some situation that you're like, whoa, what a freak accident. No. They all got together, talked amongst a group of their friends and peers and all this, and decided they wanted to all be pregnant. They made a pact, in fact. They cut their pinky fingers and made a blood promise. I don't know about that. And but they made a pact. They made a pregnancy pact.
17.
That they would all get pregnant, and then they executed. Then they followed through with it, Terry. And now the school is a publicity nightmare. The school is horrified because not just in the town, but everywhere around the town and now in the entire nation, the world has gotten wind of the fact that this pact happened, and there are 17 pregnant girls that voluntarily decided to get pregnant together in this Massachusetts high school. Jesus. A pregnancy pact between 15 and 16-year-old girls.
And how many are pregnant?
17 of them.
There's not one of them couldn't get it done? They all managed in the pack, all managed to get pregnant?
All the girls in the pack, to our knowledge, are pretty successful as far as following through with their promises.
I think there'd be one girl that's barren.
Maybe.
Barren like the desert.
Yeah.
Sorry, couldn't get her done. Find a new one.
Maybe there is one or two that are like, I'm still trying. I want to be on TV, too. Cause
You got a waiting list of girls who will step in for you.
I don't have eggs. I have egg beaters.
They're barely old enough to drive, but apparently a group of students at this high school think they're old enough to become moms. School officials say 17 girls, none of them older than 16, are pregnant. And it's no coincidence. Officials say they have made a pregnancy pact.
Originally, we
Screw your celibacy packs.
Yeah.
We're making pregnancy packs.
That's making a statement.
The belief is they all wanted to be pregnant at the same time so they could be moms together and have a lifetime of raising their kids together in a young fashion, Terry. And then in 21 years, they could all go to the clubs together in a big group.
Woohoo! That's going to be quite the reunion.
It's not going to be a reunion because they're never going to be apart to have a reunion.
I guess so, yeah.
They're going to be together
forever.
This is part of the pact. They're going to raise their kids together.
That's right.
Until the kids are 21, and then they all go to the clubs in a big, like, 34 of them in a group.
Best friends forever. You'll see.
Officials say they have made a pregnancy pact.
Originally, we took notice of this when they were 10. They are young white women. We understand.
They started noticing something was up when there were 10 pregnant girls in the school. We took notice of this. This is the principal or someone speaking.
Okay.
We took notice of this when there was 10. I went to the school nurse and said, "What's up?" But she was asleep at her desk, so I just let it pass.
She has a desk now. It's good.
Yeah, school nurses have a desk now.
Okay, good.
Officials say they have made a pregnancy pact.
Originally, we took notice of this when there were 10. They are young white women. We understand that some of them were...
Oh, no, me. So where are the white women at?
Together talking about becoming pregnant and that being a positive thing for them.
That's left people in this Massachusetts city wondering, what were they thinking?
What were they thinking? Oh, man, this guy is just too much.
People that pronounce the H in what scare me.
Yeah. This is a real old school broadcaster here.
But he's perfect, though, for because when you watch old high school films in high school, you know, old films, he sounds like one of the guys.
And he sounds just really prissy and pretentious to be doing this kind of story, like the horrified voice that captures what a lot of people are going to be feeling when they hear this story. Because I already see you, Terry, shaking your head no, squinting your eyes.
I'm...
And what do you need to say as far as your reaction to hearing about the 15 and 16-year-old girls that are all with one in the oven as we speak, Terry? Because not by accident, not the typical girl in high school got pregnant who was horrified and wondering if she ruined her life and taken out of school and the rest of the school told she has mono and she'll be out for a few months, and not that kind of high school pregnancy. This was a purposeful act of getting pregnant, and they're all high-fiving each other, walking down the high school hallways. Pregnant, yeah! Baby on board!
That's right, give it up.
What about the dudes? I don't hear about the dudes being interviewed in this story. I don't think these girls went to fertility clinics and they all said, oh, yeah, 15-year-old girl's perfect for us. I don't think they...
$1,000, please.
I think that they got pregnant in all likelihood in your classic formal fashion. Is it one dude? Is there one dude walking around going, now what?
The guys are having a competition to see who could knock up the most.
It's probably not 17 guys. It's probably like, I don't know, at most maybe 10 or 11 guys who got 17 girls pregnant or what?
It's pretty cool.
Well...
No, don't put on the condom. Really?
Huh?
Imagine being in high school and the girl's like, no, I'm in a pact. Don't put on the condom.
But health class said to put it on.
Oh, yeah. I've been practicing on the banana all day.
Oh, yeah. I had it in my mouth. Oh, whoops. I mean, no. Use my hand.
Is this like... Can you believe this whole story, Terry?
I'm pretty horrified.
That's the word you're using?
That's the word.
Horrifying.
It is.
Better talk to your daughters, Terry.
Terry's like...
I do talk to my daughters.
Terry looks like a recovering drug addict over there. She's like...
Well, because
getting
the thing
herself
is...
in the fetal position. She's
the thing is that
her skin.
She can't stay still.
The news
your
story...
Your skin's crawling, literally.
It is, literally, because I think it's just sad. It's horrifying. It's tragic.
Oh, jeez.
Because
don't get too high on the soapbox. I mean, this is definitely a soapbox issue.
Go, girls, go!
I just said this is not. Jeez. This is definitely a soapbox issue.
I mean, but the thing is, the reality is this.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you make this pact, but are they really going to, follow through what? In about 3 years, they're going to all say, see you later to one another.
Hate each other?
Yeah.
Just like every other high school friendship?
Exactly. I mean, maybe they'll go 5 years.
They're best friends today, but they're going to wind up hating each other and dreading their decisions.
Right,
Especially girls. Girls are the worst. They can't be friends with anybody.
And that is so true.
You stole my boyfriend,
so true.
Not about anything.
He told me I was better.
Exactly.
I heard what you said, talking about me on MySpace.
He liked knocking me up so much more than he liked knocking you up.
Jeez.
Oh, that'll start a fight.
But the thing is that also reality is that they're not going to be the raising them. It's going to be that city's people, the citizens.
You think they'll be taken away from?
No, I'm saying because they're going to be on
federal aid,
and welfare, and
blame Jamie Lynn for all this.
Whatever.
Maybe
blame Jamie Lynn.
Parents as well.
These girls are newly pregnant, and I'm not necessarily joking around here. I think if Jamie Lynn didn't announce her pregnancy in December, that these girls may not have made this pact. I think they needed that role model-ish girl to feel the confidence for them to get together in their little treehouse moment. Because 15-year-old girls love a nice treehouse. And they made that pact because Jamie Lynn gave them the strength, the confidence, and the ability to have someone perk up and suggest it. You're looking at me all weird. I'm telling you, if Jamie Lynn Spears is not a mom right now, then I'm not so sure that these girls are pregnant. I can't say with any certainty. I don't think we're playing this story right now if Jamie Lynn didn't get the ball rolling.
I don't think, though, that she got the ball rolling, but I mean, you do, but...
What do you mean you don't think she got the ball?
I mean, I think that, yeah, she is a young 17-year-old girl who's pregnant, but she's not the only one. I don't think it's... Everybody looked at her and said, oh, if Jamie Lynn can do it, because it's not like Jamie Lynn and her whole crew of friends.
So you think most girls look down on Jamie Lynn at getting pregnant?
I do.
Lynn's age. I agree with you. And I agree with you.
Think that...
I agree with you. I think most 16-year-old girls, when they heard Jamie Lynn Spears got pregnant, were like, oh, man, I bet it never happened to me.
Right.
I think that happens to be the case. But in the same regard, I think these particular girls wouldn't be making this pact, wouldn't have made this pact, wouldn't be in their now 16, 15-year-old pregnant state if it weren't for Jamie Lynn's announcement that, ironically, had the labor happen just this week that we're talking about this story of all these girls in this one high school now pregnant. 17 girls aged 15 and 16 are simultaneously pregnant in one high school purposefully.
Yep.
It's pretty tough to get pregnant, you know. I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world. For 17 of them to make it happen, that's pretty cool, man. Pretty fertile.
Well, pulling up the news story, I find that they haven't named any of the girls or the fathers.
All right, so
but they're saying
dying
that,
for names.
No, but
darn it.
But they're saying
Lisa
that
Johnson, I know her.
Well, you're asking about, is it 17 guys? Is it one guy? Is it, you know? They said that
I'm sure
school found out one of the girls got pregnant by a 24-year-old homeless guy.
One girl got pregnant by a homeless guy?
Yeah, 24 years old. Yes.
You're not really homeless at 24, are you?
You got to be at least 30 to be homeless.
Yeah, I agree.
And been in a war.
You have to be a veteran.
I was going to say veteran. Yeah.
Anything helps.
Well, I understand your off-kilter emotion right now, Terry. I mean, you got a daughter for all ages, and this is striking you as a real frightening prospect that girls can perk up and make a situation like this not only be suggested, but then happen. It was not only, like, talked about during the moments after it was discussed and agreed upon. You would think one of them would be like, I can't go through with this. They all not only decided it was a good idea, but went through with it.
Yep.
And executed it to perfection. Mission accomplished. The pact has been successfully executed. And Terry is very bothered, yes.
Well.
And you see a bunch of welfare girls like 10 years from now. You see a bunch of girls
probably now. As soon as they got pregnant, they're putting in their apps for aid.
Well, we don't know what kind of high school this is. We haven't looked that deep into the story yet. We don't know what kind of backgrounds they have. We don't know if they have parents that have a financial status that can prevent these girls from having to go on welfare. We don't know what neighborhoods and what kind of life they're living. So
their parents are all happy to have newborns.
I'm sure.
No matter,
goody, I'm a grandma.
I'm sure no matter what financial status their family is in, that none of these families are necessarily excited about what's gone on here. But so that obviously is a point that I can't argue, but it is definitely a relevant factor that has to be determined as to whether they're due and destined to go on welfare, as to what kind of backgrounds they come from.
It'd be kind of cool to have a senior in high school when you're 34, though.
24 the guy was.
No, when they're 34, their kid will be a senior.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So they'll be out of the house at 34. You got your life back again.
So the bright side of it...
Time to party.
The bright side, the glass half full way of looking at this in your mind is that the young mom aspect is certainly something that is an attractive situation to have in someone's life. But
if the kid doesn't resent you and hate you for not having a father in her life, then things will be great.
1-866-663 T-Man is the number to call.
The little homeless guy over there on the corner.
You heard the news.
God, luckiest homeless guy ever.
Terry's getting angrier by the second.
Looks like things looked up for you, guy.
What is your reaction to this? This is happening as we speak. Minute by minute, these babies are cooking in 15-year-old ovens.
Wow. They're pretty easy bake ovens, actually.
What in one of the news stories, they say that a recent graduate who had a baby during her freshman year told the Times that the reason they got pregnant was, quote, they're so excited to finally have someone to love them unconditionally.
Well, a baby will love you unconditionally
Yeah, pretty much.
need a lot even more than that. I'm sure that maybe you're not prepared to handle, but you'll find out soon enough.
They're barely old enough to drive.
Yeah, they're barely old enough to drive.
He's got like a woofer in his throat. Listen to all that bass he commands.
It's Pasty's dad.
It could be, yes.
Let me play it one more time for you, and then I'm going to go to the phone and get some reaction to this. Because I don't think I can hear this story enough. It's just so weird.
You're right. The guy definitely thinks he's too cool to be doing a story like this. You can tell.
1-866-663. Someone in this room was like, oh, we got to give this story to Bob.
I was in Berlin. I was in Fallujah. I am not doing this story. Much beneath me.
1-866-663. T-Man, I feel dirty just doing this story.
They're barely old enough to drive, but apparently a group of students at this high school think they're old enough to become moms.
Oh.
School officials say 17 girls, none of them older than 16, are pregnant. And it's no coincidence. Officials say they have made a pregnancy pact.
What?
Originally, we took notice of this when they were 10.
Yeah, maybe you should have taken notice of it when they were 2.
Yeah, right.
This is like the school official talking. We took notice when they were 10. And now we really realize that something's gone on here now that they're 17. These are the people who are in charge of your kids. Yeah, we took notice of something going on here when there were 10 pregnant girls in our school. Isn't that a little bit too late or what?
If they're really in charge of your kids, though. They're there from 9 to 3 or whatever, 8 to 3.
Parents are in charge of your children 24/7.
I absolutely agree that the parents are way more to be questioned than this school administrator or whoever's doing the speaking here. But, I mean, don't make a statement like, we noticed something going on when they were 10.
Yeah. No, I agree. They should be a little more on top of it. Oh, yeah.
We took notice of this when they were 10. They are young white women. We understand that some of them were together talking about becoming pregnant and that being a positive thing for them.
That's left people in this Massachusetts city wondering, what were they thinking?
I can't stand it. I can't listen anymore to this guy. He's tough to listen to because you immediately tune out when you hear his voice. It's like those old films you have to watch in high school. Oh, cool, I can sleep. Yeah, sorry.
Kelly, you're on the air. Yes, your thoughts on this. Hello. Kelly, can you hear me? Yes, you're on the air.
I can hear me.
Yes. Did your movie that...
The what? Saying curse words and stuff. Oh, yeah, by the way, here's breaking news.
As of yesterday, Paige is sending me a little note here. As of yesterday, the number of pregnant girls is now at 18.
Oh, God. There's only, I guess the student body is 1,200 students.
In this particular school?
In this particular school.
Wait, how many?
1,200.
That's pretty big, isn't it?
High school
That's
students,
medium.
It's not bad. It's medium.
So it's not an abnormally, overwhelmingly large school.
So 600 girls.
But it's definitely not the smallest school in the world. It's not some little one-horse town.
They say that normally the school has about 4 pregnancies per school year. So this is an abnormal.
So 3% of the girls are pregnant. It's pretty cool.
That's a pretty high number.
Yeah. I mean, most schools, what, 1 pregnancy maybe?
Usually in most high schools, you have 1 pregnancy every couple of months. Couple of months? Were you going to say a couple of years? No.
No, we had none. I can't think of one.
You had none?
That I knew of.
All right, well, we went to different schools, but we had one every couple of months.
Every 2 months, someone got knocked out?
Really?
Really?
More or less.
Come on.
Oh, wow.
You went to Ridgemont High?
I wish.
I didn't see we didn't have a pregnancy in our high school until I was a senior, and they were all from my class.
Pasty.
Yes, sir.
You sure about this? That just after this, we just got this story this morning.
I know.
And you're telling me that between the time the story was aired or recorded yesterday and now today, there's another pregnant girl in that school?
Apparently, their local paper yesterday reported that
there's an 18th girl now.
Is now up to 18, yes.
All right, well, stand by the AP wires. You never know when the next one's about to come rolling on in here.
Right.
It's going faster than the deficit. Just keeps clicking over.
It's going up faster than gas prices.
Oh, boy, that's for sure.
All right, 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. We are looking for your reactions, and we know this is a high, intensified kind of story issue, so try to refrain from curse words and just swearing like truck drivers because we can't air those kinds of calls. All right? Everyone understand?
Yep.
We're on a 7-second delay, and I know a lot of times people don't mean to use curse words and stuff like that, but try to think about it ahead of time so we can actually start airing some calls. Yeah, 1-866-663-T-Man is the number to call. Let me go to who's waiting the longest here. Let me go to Angela. Hello, Angela. You're on the air.
Hi. I have to say I completely agree with the T-Man. It's because of Jamie Lynn Spears. Every time you see her on People magazine, they're putting her in the limelight. And, of course, other girls are going to get the People magazine and say, look how cool she looks. Look how much the magazine is all over her.
I have a 13-year-old daughter.
Glorified her pregnancy.
I have a 13-year-old daughter who talks about. She and I talk about it all the time, and I'm happy to have such a large family. Anyway, and
I'm not knocking your family.
And the thing is that she sits there and can't believe it. She doesn't think it's a wonderful thing. She thinks it's pretty sad.
And I applaud you, Tara. I applaud that your daughter thinks that way. That means that you're a good mother. I applaud that. Twofold. But there are a lot of girls out there that have mothers that don't care.
Yeah, you're right. And it is sad. It's just
glorify the People magazine, that look in the magazine, read a story, and say, oh, I want to be just like her. And their mother's like, oh, you can be just like her. There are a lot of mothers out there that don't care like you do. So I'm saying that I agree with T-Man that because of Jamie Lynn Spears, these girls probably decided to make this pact.
We would not be talking about this story. The story would not be going on right now if Jamie Lynn Spears hadn't come out with the announcement that she was pregnant back in December. And as I said, ironically, just this week, have had the child.
I completely agree. That's all I wanted to say because I know he's going to hang up on me soon like he always does. Bye.
I always hang up on you? It sounds like you hung up on me this morning.
She got you first.
Well, sometimes we got to keep the calls moving. I'm sorry, but a lot of times, more than any other show that I know, and I've said this many times, more people hang up on me than I hang up on them. So there.
I gotta go. I have to go, T-Man.
1-866-663-T-Man. Let me go to Mark. Mark, you're on the air. Hello.
What's up, T-Man?
How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to say, my grandma, she got pregnant with my mom at 18, and then my mom got pregnant with me at 20.
So you certainly have an idea about having young moms, young parents in your family life.
Yeah, because a lot of my friends, they got the older parents, and my parents are really understanding, and a lot of my friends are like, how do you guys relate so much?
All right, yeah, fine. There's something to be said about the young parent theory, but this is not really part of the young parent theory.
Right.
When you decide to get pregnant at 15 just because you believe in the young parent theory, all right? This is a whole other aspect that goes well beyond thoughts of being a young parent.
There's more to parenting than liking the same music.
Yeah. Wow,
right.
You're cool and you can relate, Mom and Dad.
I mean, so what? You want kids to start having babies at age 8 so they can be even younger parents? There's got to be a point where you realize it gets a tad absurd. Now, 17 or 18 as it stands now, girls getting pregnant in the same high school because they made a pact. I hate to agree with Terry Free because we seldom do, but I have to think that she's right when she says that within 2, 3, 5 years tops from now, these girls are going to think about what they did and have a large quantity of regret.
How many good decisions did you make at 17?
Just because they got all the momentum going about this pact that they one day decided to go forward with.
It's my body. I do what I want.
It's not like 5 years from now they're all going to be like, we were so smart. This was so cool.
Right.
Good, solid move.
This was the best thing we ever did in our lives. I don't see that day coming 5 years from now.
It's not a tattoo.
Right.
Okay.
You can't get it surgically.
But if you're all on board with the young parent theory and you think that this was not nearly as bad as some out there may think it is, I guess you're entitled to that opinion. But I think you're going to be kind of in the minority with that opinion. Most people are going to feel like this was pretty stupid.
I have a question, though, for him. How old are you now?
I'm 20.
So are you getting ready to impregnate a woman because you want to be hip and young with your kids?
You got to keep the family traditions going.
Yeah.
It's cool. His grandma's only 58. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, my parents are like 40. So.
And you're how old, do you say?
20.
20.
20. And you're not a dad yet?
No, it's taking so long. Come on.
You're going to be an old dad, dude. You got to get moving.
You're a disgrace to the family.
Yeah, I'm falling behind in the family tree.
So are you saying that everyone is making way too much out of this? These girls are going to be just fine. These girls didn't do anything that they can't handle. That these girls are doing something that maybe, if anything, should catch on, and more girls in high school should take a page from their book and all get pregnant together so they can all raise their kids in a big friendly group?
Well, I mean, getting pregnant that young, I mean, I know it is kind of like idiotic, but I mean, they're all in it together, and there's like 17 of them.
But they can't support themselves. Who's going to support them?
That is kind of the bright side of the story to some extent, though, Terry. A girl gets accidentally pregnant in high school. She's all on an island. She has to, remove herself from the community to some degree to have this. They're all going to be 18 of them in the same neighborhood.
And that's something to be really... just because of that?
I'm not saying that this becomes a positive because of that. But there is a silver lining aspect because they have that support to lean on each other like that.
Except for all the baby gifts you have to buy. What a pain in the ass.
If you have to make a choice and have your daughter be the one who accidentally gets knocked up in high school and is traditionally like the way it was on her own and taken out of the school, and to salvage a little embarrassment, they tell everyone she got sick. That's the way it happened in my school.
No, I know, but I think it's a little bit different now as far as...
We started catching on. Anytime we were told a girl got mono, we knew that she got pregnant. But she was kind of like taken out of the school for a while, and maybe some of them came back eventually, but some of them didn't. And they didn't have this support, this feeling of calling their friends, 18 of them strong, 18 deep, and being able to hang out with their babies together. I mean, yeah, I'm not, again, saying that this is a positive because of that, but it's better if you have to have a choice.
It's the lesser of two evils, for sure.
The lesser of two evils. You choose this. Not that you choose either, but you choose this over the old-fashioned way of the 16-year-old getting pregnant and being on her own.
Can you imagine sitting down with your parents going, oh, I'm pregnant, and so are 17 of my other friends. Isn't that wonderful?
Lisa's mom let her get pregnant.
Yeah, with the homeless guy down the street, in the bushes over there, yeah.
Lauren's mom didn't yell at her this loud. You want to be the mean mom of the night of the 18 girls? Imagine the 18 girls as parents have to have meetings now. All right, where do we go wrong here? Okay, let me throw it up with the telestrator.
No kidding.
Mark, thank you for coming on and sharing your thoughts, sir.
Thank you, man.
Take care, and you shouldn't be calling us. You got to get cracking. Keeping the family traditions alive.
I want to talk to the one girl on the outside that took a pass. Nah, I don't think I'm going to do this. Dumb packed. I'm going to college. See you guys. I want to talk to her. There's got to be one on the outside, right?
I'm going to college to drink, and I can actually drink. How many of these girls do you think don't feel like they have to stop drinking now that they're pregnant or anything like that?
That's another sad part.
Well, of course, you shouldn't be drinking at 15 and 16
still kicking it
anyway, but let's be realistic.
Right. It's tough. If you have a 4-year degree from an accredited university to get a job, it's tough. I mean, try to make it in this world with no education at all and a child.
This takes the pressure off these girls from having to get a 4-year degree and actually going out in the workforce like women do all the time these days and getting jobs and making their own money.
Why is that?
Because they have mommy responsibilities.
But doesn't that cost money?
Yeah. How are they going to feed the child?
I have a very strong feeling that these girls know that their parents are going to step up and hand them cash.
Well, it's good to be them, then.
All right? I don't think the welfare kids are coming up with this pact.
Oh,
Not to say the welfare kids don't get pregnant from time to time, Terry, but the welfare kids aren't sitting around going, here, I got a great idea.
I don't think mom and dad are really happy about it.
Doesn't mean they're happy, but...
I'm not saying the parents are happy, but they're going to step up and give their kids cash nonetheless. Kim, you're on the air, and the kids know that. The girls know that. What's that?
It's around everybody and quit thinking about getting pregnant. You also got to think about getting diseases. There is lots and lots and many types, different kind of diseases, different kind of ways you could get it. You know what I'm saying? People don't stop and realize and think about that kind of stuff. You could die from that. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, having kids and hee-hee, ha-ha. You know what I'm saying? That stuff's got to stop. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess we're going to find out if these girls have diseases soon enough, because when you're pregnant, they certainly do a lot of screenings as to whether you are carrying anything that could damage the child. So as far as their disease status, they're going to either find out the hard way or find out that they're in the clear soon enough. And yes, that kind of gets lost in the shuffle of this pregnancy pact that the 15 and 16-year-old girls made, that obviously they were having unprotected sex with somebody out there to follow through with their promise in this pact, and they put themselves in some semblance of risk when they decided to have uncovered sex.
Leave it to Kim, the nurse, to kill the buzz. Thanks.
But you're going to go sex with a homeless, and you know what I'm saying? He's like the most dirtiest person.
All right, you're starting to break up. I can't hear you, but just answer your question. Yes, we know what you're saying. Anyway, 1-866-663-TMAIL. Let me go to Melissa really quick. You're on the air, Melissa. Hello.
All right. I'm here.
Yes, real quick. I got about 30 seconds. Go.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
25 seconds.
I think this whole situation is absolutely absurd. And I feel like I'm a young mom. I mean, my son's 10. I'm 28. And I think that it was one of the biggest mistakes. Well, actually, the biggest mistake I made.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
When he was 2 years, when my son was 2 years old, I left him with his dad and went and shot crank and ran the streets for 6 years.
Wow. Well, maybe if you had 17 friends to lean on, that may not have happened. But I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with your overall feeling on this.
How about if my dad was out of prison and my mom wasn't doing the same thing I was doing? I probably, wouldn't have reason to get out and do whatever.
Yeah, so you at least had some excuse that you feel like you were up against. These girls, it doesn't sound like, at least from the news stories that we're hearing, there is really any reason as to why they've decided to, take a little turn off the major highway of life that they're doing at age 15 and get all good and pregnant, Terry.
I think it's crazy that leaving home and shooting crank, not the worst mistake you ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a tough life.
1-866-663-T-Man. The pregnancy pact is on the table this morning. I didn't know when I came in this morning we'd be talking about a story about a pregnancy pact, Terry.
Yeah.
I like waiting for it to not be true. Like, this is really
unbelievable. Yeah.
All right, let me take a break.
Crazy.
It is a true story. You're not going to find out all of a sudden that it's not true, that it was made up. It is a true story.
Oh, Batboy impregnated them all.
1-866.
That's what we're going to hear next.
663-T-Man. Back after these words.
The T-Man Show.
The story reads that a couple of months ago at a Gloucester High School in Gloucester, Massachusetts, a young girl took a pregnancy test in the school's clinic. When the results came back that she was pregnant, her reaction was surprising. She hugged, she cheered, and she high-fived her other girlfriends and immediately began planning a baby shower.
Really? Immediately?
When the nurse asked why she was so excited to become an underage, unwed mother, the girl revealed a shocking secret. She and 17 other girls made a pact to get pregnant and raise babies together. The girl was 15 years old, Terry, and now her 17 other friends are equally as pregnant as she is. All in one high school, in an unknown town that is certainly unknown no longer. Gloucester, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, is going to go down in the annals of history, Terry, as the town that shook up the world, amongst other things. And the pact is what everyone's talking about this morning, the pregnancy pact that no one had ever heard of being done before. No one knows. I'm sure a lot of people hope it doesn't happen again in the future. But does this begin a run on pregnancy pacts in different pockets of America?
I bet it does.
Amongst other pockets.
I hope
People love to copycat.
Terry's crossing her fingers right now, and she says she crosses, hopes not.
That's the case. That's sad.
If you're listening, if you're watching live on TerryCam, you can join in with Terry as she crosses her fingers in the I hope not. Oh, geez, look at her go.
Crossing down thumbs, crossing down thumbs.
Crossing down thumbs?
Cross and down thumbs.
Cross and down thumbs. So the thumbs down at the same time that you're crossing fingers?
Yes.
It's like symbolic.
Meaning cross the fingers that it doesn't happen, that it becomes a big thing, and down because it's a bad
Something
thing.
tells me you didn't invent that, but I never heard of such a maneuver, the crossing fingers and down thumbs. But you just invented that? That's your own?
That's my own little thing.
Wow.
You should patent it. Makes a lot of money.
Yeah. Anyone who crosses their fingers and puts the thumbs down, Terry's going to have to pay you royalties.
I say $5 right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is your reaction to this? A lot of people want to talk on this subject. I'm going to continue on with phone calls on this matter, Terry.
Can I also make a comment in regards to the parents and all the support and all that stuff that you believe will happen?
Yes.
Understand that, and I even said that one of the reasons why these girls are all getting pregnant is because they want to be loved by somebody unconditionally.
Yes.
And
You're doubting that their parents were loving them in the way that you expect a parent to do so, or else they wouldn't be making these pacts.
Right.
Jerry, I didn't say, when I said they get support from their parents, from their families, I didn't say that means their families are by any means happy about this. I didn't say that their parents have been supportive of them in the way that you would hope a parent would be all through their first 15, 16 years of life. I'm just saying that I believe that you can expect, based on my gut feeling on this, you can expect that the parents will step up and support the kids financially. That's what I said. Just financially, they're going to get some trickle-down money from their mothers and fathers, and that's probably part of the reason they felt some level of comfort in getting in this particular pact with their 18 or 17 other friends.
I also don't see these families being of, major wealth either.
I'm not saying they're breaking the bank kind of families. I just feel like these are not welfare kids. These are not project.
So totally welfare.
These are not in the project kind of. These kids are not in the projects, Terry. These kids have families that have some money.
But probably not. I mean, the parents are probably going, man, you're going to bring in another mouth to feed when I can barely make it. Yes, we're not. We're not in the.
We haven't done enough investigating to know what kind of backgrounds these kids come from.
But still, if a parent can't even give their firstborn child enough love and affection,
a 15-year-old doesn't evaluate it that way. A 15-year-old says, well, if you got $100, you got money. So I'm just suggesting that these kids are not living in slums. All right? They're not living in mansions either.
But even
they're living in normal little row-by-row house neighborhoods.
Right, but you don't even have to live in slums or anything to qualify. You have a certain income level to get on welfare. And when you're 15, you don't have an income.
I'm sure there'll be all kinds of reactions from the 18 sets of parents that hear about what their daughters have done here. Ranging from kicking one of the kids or two out of the house to, we're going to not just fully support you financially, but we're going to move the dad in. Do you know who the dad is? We would like to make as much of a positive family atmosphere as we can.
The dad that knocked me up. I have it down to 5. Okay.
We would like to be as supportive as possible. There's going to be all kinds of a range of reactions from the 18 sets of parents that are a part of this situation amongst the girls that made the pact.
Somewhere, Maury Povich shedding tears of joy.
There's not going to be a unified reaction.
This will be his greatest moment ever.
Just because they had a unified pact in this high school amongst the girls doesn't mean their parents are all going to respond the same way.
I don't think
Some are going to get beat.
Yep.
Some are going to get hugged and, we didn't... all kinds of weird reactions.
You want money? Here's a check for $800, and you know where to go. Ron Johnson style, baby.
1-866-663 T-Man is the number to call. Let me go to Sarah, who's been waiting a little bit of time. Yes, Sarah. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I had a question for you.
Yes.
So if you want someone to love you unconditionally and you're 15, shouldn't you get a dog first?
Good point.
That is maybe one route they could have taken if they were looking for unconditional love and that's all they needed. That might have been a less shake up their world kind of decision than than getting in some pregnancy pact. I can't believe it says that the pact was made amongst 18 girls, and now all 18 are pregnant. That just gives you an idea of how fertile 15 and 16-year-old girls really are. But most 15 and 16-year-old girls, thankfully, are not having unprotected sex. But if they are, it just shows how 18 girls decided a few months ago to have this pact, and according to Pasty's new update, all 18 are now pregnant. It's not like 30 girls were in this pact and 18 are now pregnant.
Right.
They were 100% success here.
The logistics of that are kind of mind-boggling.
It's almost, even as we now understand that 16, 15-year-old girls are more fertile than I even imagine, even with that being said, you'd think one or two of them would be struggling at this point, 3 months deep into this pact that they made.
And how about the guys? They're all fertile, too. You think it'd be one guy who's impotent or something?
Well, they can go to various guys until they get pregnant.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, my gosh. And that...
They think it was one father?
No, they're not sure the range or the amounts of men involved here. They have confirmed, or at least they feel confident through some of the research that has been done now that this pact has been uncovered, that one of the girls got impregnated by a 24-year-old homeless man.
Yep.
We're talking about winning the homeless lottery there, Terry. Guy would have been happy with a quarter.
That's right. What a deal.
And he gets a girl coming up to him saying, "Knock me up now."
A quarter. What an alternative to a quarter. 50 cents? Nope. Got something better.
Pasty can't get laid to save his life, but this homeless guy is having 16-year-old girls roll up on him and saying, "Impregnate me, quick."
It's Pasty's dream.
Well, Pasty Dave can, as soon as he decides. By the way, I should change my feeling on that. Change my statement. Pasty can get laid to save his life.
Can he?
But he is the one who's standing in his own way. But he's not the subject matter this morning.
Damn it.
For a change.
Damn it. Hoping it would be. He wasn't, though. Move on, guys. Not my story.
1-866-663-T-Man. Zach, you're on the air.
Hey, T-Man, how's it going?
What's up, Zach?
Well, I was saying if there's 18-year-old girls that are trying to make another pact, I could be daddy.
You volunteering your services?
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to make a football team or at least 2 basketball teams, T-Man.
Terry's saying that if you were here right now, she'd punch you in the face. She thinks that she said your comment is sick.
It is.
She thinks you're saying he's a sick man overall.
If there's 18 girls throwing themselves at you, what are you going to do?
They're not 18 years old. They're
like
15
all under
years
16.
Old. They're 15 and some are 16.
Yeah, well.
They're not these are not 18-year-old girls.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just first hearing about this story that we've been discussing now for a good 50, half hour, I don't know how many minutes we've been talking about it, Terry. In one high school, 18, 15, and 16-year-old girls made a pact that no one knew about but themselves, and then followed through and executed to perfection the stipulations that they'd all get pregnant together so that they could all raise children in a big group for the next some odd years. That's what we're talking about.
What were they thinking?
Oh, man.
They're not making rational decisions.
The teens allegedly told school health officials they wanted to have babies at the same time so they could raise them together.
Mm-hmm.
They're all going to end up on welfare?
Oh, geez. It's the same reaction as you, Terry.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Apparently you're not alone, Terry Free.
They're all going to end up on welfare?
But isn't that the, I'm just so horrified by this story reaction?
Yeah, it's a typical reaction.
That may happen to some of them and may not happen to others. It may not happen to any of them.
Plenty of women that got knocked up at 17 who get jobs and actually take care of their kid.
But if you're angry about this story, your reaction may be...
They're all going to end up on welfare? It breaks my heart.
Local lawmakers say the pregnancy...
You have an equally as broken heart, Terry.
I think it's very, very sad.
Wait, what do local lawmakers do?
Local lawmakers say the pregnancies are just another sign that the city's sex ed program needs a makeover.
You think?
ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the school's health officials resigned last month after a fight.
Yeah, if you're a health official in that school, you may want to turn in the keys to your...
Why is it their fault? The health official. What, they're supposed to watch them 24 hours a day with a surveillance camera?
You may want to turn in the keys to your condom vending machine.
Okay. Well, if they had that might not have been a problem. I don't think it starts with the health officials at school.
These health officials, I think it's safe to say, failed the school to some regard.
How?
Because there are 18 knocked-up girls in the school that are 15 years old.
When you're 16, you know what it takes to have sex. You know what it takes to get pregnant. It's not their fault.
That's not the kind of little bullet point you want to bring up in your next interview.
Oh, they should have told him a little more about what it takes to get pregnant?
At my last job, under my supervision, 18 girls in the high school got pregnant. Yeah, I think we're going to go with the next person, whoever's in the waiting room.
There's nobody.
We'll take our chances on them. Then we'll go with nobody.
She should go work for a fertility clinic then. She's got the magic touch.
According to Wikipedia, the per capita income for the city is $25,595.
It's probably higher than most cities.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know what the average per capita income is in the average city. Yeah. You could probably look that up.
They say that as of 2000, and granted, 8 years ago, they only had like 30,000.
All right, cost of living increases. It's probably around 26,000, 27,000, something like that.
Right.
Whatever that means.
Think how much money the OBGYNs are going to make in that time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're the school health officials, you need to step down after the story becomes a national story like this has.
Maybe. Still not their fault.
Yeah, I don't think it's their fault either.
Yeah, why?
Sometimes, even if it's not your fault, like a lot of baseball managers get fired when their teams are like, what's the Mariners' record?
Yeah. Not good and not good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to decide that
someone's got to go. Yeah.
There's a fresh start needed to be had here.
That's true.
Local lawmakers say the pregnancies are just another sign that the city's sex ed program needs a makeover ASAP. Two of the school's health officials resigned last month after a fight over distributing birth control.
Oh, they were fighting. Wow.
And the one probably wanted to distribute birth control, and one said no, and so, that's your fault.
I think we know who won.
The clinic's doctor and chief nurse wanted to be able to confidentially give students contraceptives. But the hospital that controls funds for the health center is reluctant to approve the plan over concerns about what community members may think.
This guy a half hour to get a sentence out.
Ross Simpson, The Associated Press.
Wow. Gives his name at the end of the story. He's so professional.
Yes.
Hey, if you want to hire him for birthdays and stuff, he's very entertaining.
Now, with that said, even though I'm telling you that it's the right move for these health officials to step down, even if it was universal agreement amongst these particular professionals that they would be handing out condoms, these girls didn't seem like the type that would be lining up to take them anyway.
Exactly. They didn't want them, so it's not the official's fault.
I understand. But still, when this story comes out and you are all of a sudden the capital of the world of scandal, you have no choice but to take your nameplate, put it in a box, and move on with your life.
I agree with you, but what could they have done differently?
I like a health official with a nice nameplate, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Right there on the desk? Mm-hmm. You know who you're talking to?
You can always find your desk.
Okay. 1-866-663 T-Man is the number to call.
My body, I do what I want.
Richard, you're on the air. Hello. This is the classic case of it's my body, I'll do what I want.
What's up, T-Man?
How you doing, Richard?
Hey, what's up with it, Pippi? Yeah, I just want to say something. I was just wondering, man, who's, out of all those 18 girls, man, who's the bad apple out of the group? I think the bad apple just influenced all those girls.
You think one girl was the ringleader, and she had so much influence over the other 17 girls that the 17 girls didn't really necessarily want to be doing this, but they just wanted to be in cool with their one big-time friend there?
Yeah, I'm thinking, the girls just, putting so much out there in their heads that, they're so much infatuated and influenced.
I'm sure there was one girl that was louder than the rest, but you have to pretty much on board to go through with this entire situation. And this is not a one-day thing. This is something that was talked about, that was then thought about, that was then executed. This went on for weeks and upwards of months, and now, obviously, it's going to go on for the rest of their lives. This pact that they made. This pact will never go away now to the day they die.
Man, it sounds like they're just trying to start up a new fad or something like that, man. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, that's the wonder. Does this become
I hope not.
Something that has copycats? Copycat effects, Terry. What's the copycat factor on this?
I hope zero.
It'll happen.
You know what?
I'm sure it will happen.
We should do it too. We could do it better, I bet, though.
Let's do 25.
25 girls?
Yeah. What's the record?
You know what?
Yes.
I don't really I don't really blame the parents because I bet you all this stuff was done behind their backs. I'm just thinking it's the friends.
But isn't that the reason to blame the parents, some may say? If it was done behind the parents' back, why should parents' backs be turned to such a degree that they don't realize that their daughters are making pregnancy pacts and executing what needs to be done and making a pregnancy pact work behind their back? Isn't that the whole point of why you blame the parents? I'm sure the parents weren't on board with this. I'm sure the parents weren't told them, yeah, go have fun.
Okay, Richard, this is what you're going to do to my daughter. Ready?
Oh, my God.
Oh, so you telling me you made a pregnancy pact? Well, I think that's a pretty good move. Yeah, okay, go for it. I don't think, of course this happened behind the parents' backs, but that's the whole point. That's why the parents are going to be called out as terrible parents, because this was going on exactly like that, behind their back, and they weren't keeping tabs on their kids enough to know that their daughters were running around getting knocked up by 24-year-old homeless guys.
I've never seen a 24-year-old homeless guy. It doesn't make it sound right to me.
All that is required to be homeless is that you don't have a home. You're thinking the typical homeless guy who's like with a bottle of wine, sitting there like as a professional on the street and is in the same spot every day.
Right.
With a funny side.
With a funny, maybe he has a funny side, maybe he doesn't. But you're thinking of the real professional, totally used
panhandler.
Well, yeah, but he just is so accustomed to being a homeless guy. And he's in the same spot every day.
Right.
There are 24-year-old homeless guys who just roll from one city to another or one area and just don't have a permanent
16,
address.
14-year-olds are homeless out there.
All that's required to truly be homeless is that you don't have a permanent address.
That makes sense.
And this 24-year-old won the homeless lottery.
Yes,
still.
he
I'm
did.
sorry. I'm not trying to promote 24-year-olds having sex with 15-year-olds, but as far as being homeless is concerned, this is a pretty good day.
His homeless buddy runs up, hey, I got a half-eaten cheeseburger, dude. What'd you get?
I got a 15-year-old pregnant.
Well, I actually got a 16-year-old DJ. What'd you get? Oh, damn it.
Speaking of a cheeseburger. Nicole!
Ew.
You're on the air. Hello.
Hi, T-Man. How's it going?
How are you, Nicole?
I'm a little disturbed by this.
I think we're all a little bit on board to a large degree.
I think it's pretty common for girls to make sex pacts when they're that age. I know that my group of girlfriends did the whole virginity pact.
I thought we were pretty much in the day of these kind of feeling weird about the celibacy pacts that girls were making at 16. This is a whole different spin on that.
This would be 180 degrees from that.
I think this is a complete 180.
I don't think that it matters what age you are. You can be a terrible parent or a good parent, regardless of if you're 15 or 45.
Yes.
But I think that it takes more than just a parent to raise a kid, and it
takes a village.
They're going to have notoriety that the community attention. I mean, how Hollywood's probably going to greenlight the idea.
So you see a made-for-TV movie coming up somewhere down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you were saying more.
What was that?
You guys were commenting about Maury hearing like dollar signs.
Maury Povich, yeah.
He's going to have them all on.
But I have a friend that got
Dr. Phil is going to be inviting them all on.
I'm sure.
They're going to make the tour.
Sure.
Yeah,
but I have friends that got pregnant really young, at like 14, 15, and they continued to have kids, and they're really good parents, and they live simply, and have a good marriage, and it's totally possible.
Oh, no one's saying it's impossible for these girls to not have some quality of a life here, but not to say that anyone's endorsing the idea of the 15-year-old pregnancy pact. All right?
So, but I think that 5 years from now, they're going to go back to these girls and make sure that everything's okay, that it's going to be like the sextuplets and all that kind of stuff, that these kids are going to get a lot of attention.
And Dr. Phil will have even less hair then. That'll be wonderful. Anyway, the girls who beat up that one girl in Florida a couple of months ago, probably hearing this story going, those girls are such idiots. Told you we were cool.
Hope they do make a movie out of it so somebody can get some money. Great. I'm rude for that. Do you think Oprah or someone's going to step? Because Oprah gives, has the sextuplets on and gives them all kinds of stuff for free.
Showers them with gifts?
Right.
I don't think Oprah is going to feel comfortable showering these girls with gifts because it would send the wrong message.
It would, but there's still 18 kids at stake here.
They're 18
babies.
There are 18 kids who are not the 18 worst disadvantaged kids.
Well, I'm talking about 18 babies. There's 18 babies at stake, so you have to kind of overlook the 16-year-old kids. And
I'm telling you, amongst the kids who are disadvantaged out there, these are not the bottom 18.
I'm talking about the actual babies.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the babies.
Okay, well, they're still in trouble, the babies, I think.
Aisha, you're on the air.
Yes, I actually don't think that it's a sex ed problem. These girls do not have sex education problems.
They know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly. They know what they're doing, and they did it purposefully. Yes.
These girls can actually teach sex education. They don't need to have sex education. They actually need to be closer to their parents. Apparently, they're closer to their friends.
And that's the interesting aspect of what some were saying that know them quite well, that they were doing this to get a chance at unconditional love in their life.
And a sense of purpose, too, I think.
Obviously alluding to the fact that they're not getting unconditional love from their own parents. So this is their only shot at unconditional love, is having a baby at age 15 and 16.
But, that's an unfair position to put a child in,
You mean the unborn child? Yeah,
That's
definitely.
a lot of responsibility to give to a baby to make you feel much better than your parents could.
Well, a 16-year-old is not best to put judgment on what a 2-day-old child is.
Exactly. This is why they need more education, period, as opposed to sex education. I think they've had enough sex education.
I want to talk about the copycat effect, though.
Jeez, I don't. I'm scared of that.
Will it happen?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure
Where will it happen?
Let's have a contest.
What city is next?
Even disgusting acts like school shootings are copycatted. Everything's copycatted.
All the time. Yep.
Because I never even conjured up a thought that a pregnancy pact like this could happen. It's not like I imagined and thought that this day could happen. When I first heard of this story this morning, I had never considered the prospect of girls getting together and making, at this age, a pregnancy pact. Yeah, maybe 2 girls in their late 20s are like, let's get pregnant together and raise our kids together. That'd be fun, and that'd be nice, and they would he. But 18 girls, age 15 and 16, all coming up with this idea? Man, it's pretty serious.
It is, yes.
A little bit of an understatement?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right, I'm sure there are other things we can talk about, Tari.
Jeez.
I think we pretty much got an idea of what the listeners are thinking as it pertains to the story. Hitting the news wires in mass force this morning.
Well, the other thing,
Oh, you got one more thing you want to add?
To this little crazy story. Speaking of the 24-year-old homeless guy.
You're right.
The other thing is the legal things that could happen to him, because that's statutory rape. And that's
don't leave him with right too much to lose.
No, but I know, but that's what that's
for your cardboard
as
sign.
far as
yeah,
that's another aspect that they have to take a look at, the fathers and how the age of all that. Because anyway.
Hey, she rode up on me in my cardboard condominium looking all fresh. What am I supposed to do?
Right.
I can see how the court trial will shake down. About here, okay?
I understand.
They're not really concerned with tracking this guy down. It's the least of their worries right now. And do we find out how to pronounce the city's name? Gloucester, Massachusetts. Gloucester? Small Chesters?
Definitely.
In Small Chesters, Massachusetts, Terry, the 18-year-old girls will now begin the process.
That's all going to change in 6 months, the Small Chesters.
Of doing exactly what they strived for. Getting pregnant together and raising children together as one.
The T-Man Show.
Courtney, you're on the air.
Hi, T-Man.
Hi, Courtney. What's up, baby?
I just wanted to ask why stupid people are allowed to procreate.
I'm taking it very personally.
It's been that way for a long time.
Well, somebody did in Terry Cam chat room, and I think we've talked about it before. You need licenses to do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But you don't need a license to have children.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Or go to school to have kids.
I understand.
I mean, it's just crazy.
I get it. I know I promised that we'd move on, Terry. So give me, thank you, Courtney, for the call. I know it was real quick there, but we're changing the subject. We're not talking about the 18, 15, and 16-year-old girls that made a pregnancy pact at a Massachusetts high school anymore, believe it or not. What do you have on your pile, Terry?
Well, I did find something to kind of lighten it up around here a little bit.
Is that what you feel needs to happen?
Yeah.
We shouldn't be talking about such heavy, gut-wrenching stories like the one we told that did exactly that to your gut, Terry.
Yes.
The parfait doesn't do anything to wrench your gut, but this story, in fact, that's a double parfait Terry's taken to the face this morning, by the way.
There Her gut does wrench from time to time. You don't hear it, but I hear it.
No, yeah, it does when I'm
You
hungry.
sit close enough to hear Terry's gut wrenching?
No, I hear it down on this end.
Really?
Yeah. The mic picks it up, too, I think, a little bit.
Wow.
Sometimes, yeah.
Her gut's constantly percolating.
But Terry found something to lighten the mood, and that is
I
what,
did.
Terry? It better be interesting. It just
Well, actually-
it can't be a mood lightener, but be boring. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
All right.
Found a little list of 14 songs that you should not play in a bar.
14? So 14?
14.
What are we doing? List?
Right.
So cutting edge. A list of top 14 songs that should never be played in a bar?
Yes.
Yeah, is that interesting?
Come on.
I'm interested. Depends on what the song's going to turn out to be. Is it listed in order, the top 14, or
Yeah,
just
1 to
14 in
14?
random order?
No.
Top 14 songs that should never be played in a bar.
Right.
Yeah. All right, well, give me some examples. What do you got?
Well, do you want it in order or?
Give me the 14th on the list of
14th
14.
on the list?
The last of the 14.
Sheryl Crow's All I Want to Do.
Is that so fun?
Yeah.
That is torture.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, awful.
Rip
Speaking
off
for
my
everybody.
top no.
Everyone thinks it's torture.
You're not speaking for me.
Soak up the sun.
It's a different song.
Still torture. Everything she does is awful.
I got a second of sand.
Oh, wow.
Right after I soak up the schlock.
Yeah, that I would like, yeah.
Oh, anyway, I don't know. This is kind of a stupid list, Terry.
Oh, come
It's
on.
interesting to see what songs you shouldn't play.
It's like bars with jukeboxes.
But still.
All right, if you go into a bar with a jukebox, you get what's coming to you. That's really my philosophy on it, and there really aren't any songs that are off limits. I don't think Vinnie the Pooh has to worry about this list. I have a feeling none of the songs on this list are in his crates.
That depends. I don't know.
You got Sheryl Crow in your crate?
I do not have Sheryl Crow
Didn't
in
think
the crate.
so. All right.
That's only number 14.
Is there any song on the list? Look down on the list, Terry. Is there any song that you think, that Vinnie the Pooh might have a reason to play at some sort, even if it's in novelty purposes? And is there any song on the list that you could see Vinnie the Pooh playing at a club that he's mixing at this weekend? Yes or no?
Yeah, there's probably a couple I can see him.
All
actually.
right. Which ones
I can
are
see
they?
2.
Which ones?
Smooth, Carlos Santana, and Rob Thomas. No. All right.
Such a dance group. But there's more bars with jukeboxes.
You know what? Run down the entire list real quick. Just go
Okay.
Go through from 14 to 1. You already gave us 14.
Yes.
Soda
Mr.
Sun.
Brightside, The Killers, It's the End of the World as we know it,
Shouldn't play the end
R.E.M.,
of the world,
Dancing Queen,
Dancing Queen.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Definitely not in the crate. 1.
You might play Sweet Home Alabama for kids.
I do play Sweet Home Alabama.
I can see that.
It's in the crate, son.
You play it for like 20 seconds for a little moment, right?
Let it breathe.
Mm-hmm. Let it breathe.
And then,
Oh, my God. Don't Stop Believing.
You can might play that for a couple of seconds. Sopranos finale.
Number 2.
Mm-hmm. That's another song you have played.
Yes.
But you haven't played it recently. You probably played it around the Sopranos finale. No?
No. Last weekend.
That song reemerged as a smash hit last year around this time with the Sopranos finale. The song that everyone heard right before they called HBO and canceled. Right. Go ahead.
Then Smooth, Hotel California, I Will Survive,
I Will
Paradise
Survive.
by
It's
the
got
Dashboard
an annoying
Light.
woman written all over it.
Terry, if you're looking for stories to lighten the mood, if you're looking for
I'm
fun
not
loving
done.
stories.
You wanted me to go all the way through.
All right, hang on for a second. I'm just telling you, I found a story that if you were really in need for a story to lighten the mood, a story to make you feel happier about life after hearing the real information this morning that has kind of dragged you down, you would have brought this story to our attention. And I have to bring it to your attention just in case you don't bring it to my attention before the end of the show. And that is the story that is the headline that reads that the popularity of elderly porn has doubled in Japan. Yes.
Say that again.
Kind of cool.
The popularity of elderly porn.
Elderly porn.
Yes, which is pornography that includes at least one member in partaking
In the senior citizen type thing?
in senior citizen age ranges, yes.
Really?
There are websites that have
Stop it.
elderly porn,
Nuh-uh.
and the popularity of it has doubled, specifically in Japan, where they certainly have an appreciation for some elderly porn.
So you're talking grandma and grandpa
Terry?
doing their stuff.
I can show you.
I don't want to see.
Not that I'm into this, but
it's okay. We're all friends here. It's a safe nest.
Kind of like Vinnie the Pooh plays Sweet Home Alabama for 20 seconds just to lighten the mood.
Tell me you don't look.
As a buffer. I've looked at everything once or twice, Terry.
You just got to switch it up.
You got to switch it up.
Oh, my God.
The normal stuff just doesn't do it sometimes.
There are transitions in life that have to happen, Terry. And I apparently don't have nearly the appreciation as they do for it in Japan, where the popularity has doubled.
Doubled?
That's right.
Oh, my God.
It goes down over there.
It says here about 2,000 new Japanese elderly porn videos come out every month.
2,000 a month? Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm. Wow. Oh, actually, no, you know what? That's porn videos in general. 2,000 pornos in Japan come out every month.
Like a lot.
And the numbers of elderly porn videos that come out every month is on the incline.
Geriatric role number 3.
Because there is a demand for it, specifically in Japan.
Wow.
And the very notable porn star, 74-year-old Shigeo Tagada.
Oh, man.
I probably butchered his name.
You sure it's he?
Oh, my God. We have a Japanese Terry Cameron there, and they're saying I'm ashamed to be Japanese right now.
This person has starred in over 350 films over the past 14 years alone.
Wow.
At age 74, since he or she, I'm assuming it's a he for some reason.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, since he was 60, he's been in, I don't think a 60 to 74-year-old woman has been in 350 porn movies in the past 14 years.
I would agree.
I wouldn't have even thought.
So if you're a 70, so let's say you're a 70-year-old guy and you want to partake in touchy selfie. Do you watch like a 30-year-old normal age guy, or do you get off more on watching somebody your own age?
I can only go on what I. At times when I'm hanging out with my dad and I busted the room and I catch him watching some naughty movies.
Right.
He doesn't watch elderly porn.
But what if he had the option? He may not even know about it. Would you want to watch somebody his age?
So you're saying Jerry may not know that elderly porn exists?
Yes.
Let's call him up now.
No, dude. Because it is sometimes easier to watch, someone you can relate to.
I would think.
That's why I only watch really handsome guys on porn.
I would think that the average old man wants to watch 20-year-old girls as opposed to 68-year-old women.
I'm not asking about the women.
I would think that the average guy who is 72 years old would rather watch a 22-year-old porn male star than a 71-year-old male porn star.
Even if the 71-year-old male porn star is with a 22-year-old woman?
Well, now you may have me.
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, why else is it going up? Can they relate to it better?
I don't know. They seem
picture themselves
for some reason. Why do Asian people like Baccarat so much? I don't get it.
Don't know.
What's the draw? To each his own. To each culture their own. There seems to be more of an appreciation of elderly porn in Japan than there is in the States. For what reasons? Hard to say, but it exists. And
doubled.
If you are increasing in age, just another reason to realize that your life is not over.
Well, we have seen an increase in, STDs in the old age homes, too.
You can thank Viagra for all this. I'll tell you that right now.
The T-Man Show.